Shall we get underway? Yeah, Death Boy's like, where's the face cam? You guys have to wait. I get to see him for a little bit first, okay? I get to enjoy him for a little bit for you guys. I'm the host. Don't forget that. I'm the host. See, I even got a cheeky little close up there. I got a little closer. You guys didn't see it. I get all the good shit you guys don't get. All right, let's jump into it. Everyone, my special guest today, MetalManiacMat. Welcome to the podcast, dude.
Hi. Hello. Can they see me?
Yeah, they can see you there. You're looking very fine. Did everyone say that the audio was good? I don't think anyone answered me, which is usually enough of an indication to say.
Yeah, well, I swear to God, oh man, I feel like every streamer struggles with this, like where they will ask their audience, how's the audio? And then no one will answer, or if they do answer, they're like, yeah, it's fine. And then you listen back to the stream, and like you can't hear one single word that you're saying. It's just pure music or audio or 100%. Something.
100%. You know, and it's crazy. Like, okay, so I've got a story about that straight off the bat. When I first, early days of streaming, you might have, I think a lot of streamers have had similar situations to this. Yeah. Early days, right? I did a shitty thing. Don't hold it against me, Matt. But Soda Pop.
You went into other people's streams and you told them their audio was fantastic, even though it was terrible.
No, I've definitely been the type to say to a random like, hey, your audio's a little bit, because I've had it happen to me, right? So early days, I was playing Hearthstone and I saw Soda Pop and was playing some random as fuck game. And he had like 20,000 plus viewers in a game that had pretty much no one else playing anything in it. So of course I put myself under that category of game, even though I was playing Hearthstone, because I was like, oh, good way to get exposure. This is my shitty moment on Twitch, my shitty new to Twitch, shitty self-promotion moment. And
can you guys check out my audio, please?
No, the worst part was, dude, I got botted. I got view botted. And it's the only time I've ever been viewed by it, and it was like a couple hundred people, and I was like blown away. But I was so new to Twitch, I didn't realize.
Oh, you didn't know it was you were being viewed.
I've been on Twitch for like a couple of weeks, dude, and I had Well, I thought they'd all possibly. I thought everyone had noticed me from like Soda Pop and be like, "Who's this guy playing Hearthstone?" Because that's interesting and unique. But also I had all these people in, and most of them were asking like, they would like, "Hey streamer, what's your favorite color?" and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I do need to change the title. I don't know if Mustafa's here today. Actually, he changed it for me yesterday. I have to do that in a hot minute. Change the straight thing to say podcasting and whatnot. I'll tell my story for a hot minute. But yeah, they all came in and they were really generic questions. I was like, what the fuck is this? Does this seem really sus? But there was definitely a few people in there that were like laughing and saying he doesn't, like going, he doesn't know. And I'm like, doesn't know what? I was so dense, dude. I had no idea.
What is this? My face. Shit.
It was so awkward because and I got to a point where I felt really uncomfortable because all that was left were bots asking me really generic questions. I actually shut the stream down because I was like, what the fuck? And I checked. I watched the VOD back, and my mic was muted. So you couldn't hear me. So I was so embarrassed. And I've never made that mistake. Well, I've muted my mic before, but I remember that, and it still just it shakes me to the core to this day.
I can just imagine you like having full blown conversations with people as well, and you were asking them questions, and they were like saying things, and you thought that they were just answering the question.
I know exactly, because they were bots and they were saying things, and I was just too dense to know what was going on. So it was so embarrassing, dude. All right, I'll change the title to MattyAP podcast.
Yep.
Podcast. Metal. Man. Your name is MetalManiacMat, right? Yeah, there's
MetalManiacMat. Yep.
MetalManiacMat. Yeah. Okay. Matt, do you ever get, because your name is all kind of together? Do you ever get people coming in and just calling you weird shit?
Not so much coming into my stream. It's more so if I like raid someone or go into someone else's channel or whatever. They always like most of the time they'll mess my name up most of the time. Where it's become a meme. That's so I roll. Yeah, MetalManiacMat I get a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That's a bit weird.
Like I've gotten that one a lot. Or any sort of variation on MetalManiacMat that sounds similar. Metal Meth Head Matt, yeah, that one I get all the time, and I don't think it's because of the name. I think it's just because of my appearance.
Do you have any people judging you by your looks? Because you do have like a kind of free spirited kind of.
Yeah.
Do you ever get people? Do you get a lot of people coming in and being like, "Hey, dude, like, got some weed?" I don't know, like that kind of stuff. 'Cause I know for me, obviously, with my looks changed dramatically over a short amount of time.
Well, yeah,
but you know,
you did sort of. You've had a dramatic change.
I've had a bit of
I do sort of get that where I think actually wasn't really recently. It was like probably a couple of months ago where someone clipped one of my stream moments or whatever, and they put it up on live stream files. And I think it was just me cracking a can and drinking it. You know, something I do every single. It's something I do every day. For whatever reason, this clip blew up on live stream files, even though it wasn't even that good. Like it was like one of the worst cracks I've ever done. Like,
doesn't even sound like a fail, which is so odd that
it was kind of upsetting that someone uploaded that one of all of them. Anyway, you know, that subreddit, if anyone's familiar with it, is like really known for being like toxic as fuck.
Oh, for real?
Like, yeah, they let you have it for any reason. Whatever.
I did hear a little bit about this on Twitch's podcast, and they were hitting you hard about a certain part of your anatomy.
They were like, "Oh, this guy's nails are filthy" or something like that. I think it was. They were like, I don't know, and. I usually get the greasy hair remark as well. If like it's gonna be like oh, wash your hair, it's greasy, or it's too long, or get a haircut, you hippie, you're a stoner. Like when it comes to trolls,
just low blow first thing they see kind of attacks. It's just trying to go for obvious things.
I sort of roll into it a bit. Like I don't get offended whenever someone says that. I actually like play with them. I'm like, I think I remember like replying to one of the comments where next time I'm in the shower scrubbing my nails and crying, I'll think of you. I think that was my reply to the dude, and he said something along the lines of, "Oh, well, nails wash themselves when you wash your hair," and or something like that.
What? You're right.
And I think I can't. What did I say? Oh, you wash your hair? Oh, I just rub oil through it. That's weird that you do that. Or I don't know. I just
counter it. All right. People have also just let me know I've made a big fuck up, and I usually don't do this in my 3 long years or days of podcasting. Your name tag still says Aussie Tex. It should have changed, but it didn't. So give me 2 seconds, and I will change it.
Yeah.
Because I do actually want to ask you saying, what was it? Aussie Tex, welcome back, sir. I usually actually just change the actual file, the same file. But here's my reasoning. Hear me out, everyone. I have a reason. Put the forks down and hear me out, children. Ding, ding. I usually would just rename. I would go into because I do it all in Photoshop, right? And I changed the file. Yeah. I just saved the file over the last one with the new name. Because it just looks better than trying to like level the names in OBS. You know what I mean? But okay, hear me out. My 7-day trial of Photoshop runs out today, and I didn't want to have to pay for it till the weekend. So I thought, fuck, I'm gonna have to. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna save the next 2 days of backgrounds with the names, the different names as different files. So I don't have to, because I won't be able to go in now until I pay for it. So I made 2 new files instead of changing this one, which OBS would usually update it. So I've done a bloody cardinal sin. So let me change that over. Forgive me, children. I was like, why is everyone yelling at me in the chat? I was so confused.
I don't know. I feel like that's like the name, because I'm on the left. That'd be really easy to like center and whatnot in OBS, wouldn't it?
I feel like my OBS for some reason doesn't have like the guide things. I don't know if there's like a way to have that, but I'm such a I get so what's the word, like just over the top about centering things, and I still feel like nothing's ever centered.
I totally get that. Whenever I use Photoshop, I'm the same way, where everything has to like snap into place. And
if it doesn't snap, I don't see who owns a ruler these days. Do you own a ruler, like an actual like a ruler? Like a physical. Exactly, you don't. I can tell you right now. Yeah. Okay, I'm just answering.
And you hold it up to the screen. And
I usually will grab a piece of paper, put my nails on it, and I'll hold it up to my screen and then measure each side to see if things are like at that far. I'm like the most caveman-esque graphic design person you ever see. Like, I don't do things the way that there's probably easier ways to measure things using the programs. But I'm so
Isn't there a guide at the top? Like, aren't there like lines?
Yeah, but that's at the top. My eyes can't see, you know what I mean? But I found like this new Photoshop, it does lock things quite nicely. It's a lot better than the old one I used to use on Mac.
Yep.
Okay, let's. I still haven't done this. I'm terrible. Okay, here we go with the overlays here. Here we go. So I've got a different one. All right, there we go. Now we drop here. Oh, here we go. It's looking good. Bam. How's that? All right, everyone, shut your mouth.
Great.
Stop talking in my chat. Stop. Okay, there you go. All right, MetalManiacMat, everyone, starting. I have to remember that tomorrow. I got after 3 days. I just got set in my ways of doing it the way I was doing it, not thinking about changing it up. I was going to, back to what we're talking about. Has because obviously you said about the trolls and whatnot, and I think for anyone it'd be hard when you've got so many people coming at you talking shit. Have you ever felt like you've actually been like cut or offended or hurt by actually someone saying something in your stream, or just from
it's really funny. I never really get hurt by the trolls whatsoever, like at all. Like they don't hurt me at all. It's more so like viewers that have said something offensive, you know.
Which is
like
funny because Twitchy said the same thing.
Yeah, like if I've had a long-term viewer and then they say some like real mean shit to me, I'll be like, fucking goddamn, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, are you trying to troll at the moment? Are you serious? I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes, you know.
I 100% agree. And it's funny because I never really thought about that. And recently I got really cut by something one of my viewers said. And it's funny because like trolls, it's funny. So many people get affected by trolls that come in.
What did they say to them?
They were talking about my you know, I was doing the Snapchat filters for a while there. I was doing some Snapchat filters during my stream. And
I actually never saw. I heard you talking about it, but I don't think I ever actually saw it.
Oh, you didn't
live.
see it? No. See, I can't pull up. So you have to have like the actual app open. You have to have the app essentially as like
I tried it myself. Yeah.
Oh, you should try it. Did it work? Yeah, you said something about it not working. Yeah,
I don't know. I think maybe like I don't know if the bit rate of this camera is like too high for this program, but it crashes the program every time.
Really?
Any other webcam, I can use every other webcam except for this DSLR.
Oh no way!
Which, I don't know. It's weird.
it was a lot of fun, but I did agree with because I felt like certain people seem to be. Oh, I gotta turn off. Oh goodness! Thank you for the host. I keep forgetting to turn off my audio alerts, so they're like blasting as I can't. Thank you for the host though, by the way, and also Matt. Thank you for the host. I appreciate it. I don't actually know if all the people that have been on the podcast have been hosting, so I appreciate it. But yeah, I think what was I saying about yeah, it was about the Snapchat filters.
Yeah. So and you got offended.
And I totally, but I think I was, you know, you can be caught in a real vulnerable moment sometimes. There's days where you just don't have it in you to maybe take it like other days. Like you have those days where you just anyone can say anything to you and you laugh it off. But then there's other days. Do you ever feel like you have that? Like, do you feel like you're always level, or do you think you have days where
I remember there was like one time in particular, and it's so stupid. It's so damn stupid thinking about it now. But I remember this was like a couple of years ago, but it stands out so much even now. And you know how like on my stream, like I had this whole Coca-Cola against Pepsi thing or whatever.
Yeah, now, which I want to dive into a bit, by the way. But yeah.
For a while there, I had it so that it was a bit of a meme where if you said the word Pepsi, you would get like the bot would automatically time you out for like 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
And well, it was a bit of a meme, whatever. But then it started getting to the point where people would only come into my stream just to get banned and then not come back.
Wow. Did you have it as your title that was what was going to happen, or was it they didn't know until they wrote Pepsi?
No. It was just like it was happening for like, you know, probably like a couple of months or something, and then it just like escalated where people kept doing it more and more. Like people, I guess, because more people saw that more people were doing it, and then they were just like, so it became a bit of a
in-house meme. And
I cracked the shits. I just said, "You fucking do that, I'll ban you for a fucking week." And I was getting really salty.
I can't even imagine it.
Because I actually unbanned the word because people were doing it just to get banned. So I went, fuck it, I'll unban the word.
But then everyone kept saying
people
Pepsi.
were just saying it over and over again. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Like,
and you know what?
I was pretending to get mad when it first started happening. And then I actually started getting mad.
And you know what? People possibly wouldn't have known if you were serious or not, because you do have like a persona, or I don't even know if it's a persona, but you do have a slight edge to your streams where you say almost what you feel, and you don't really hold back all the time. Is that like is that a persona, or is that like, would you say that's like a reflection?
It's sort of weird because there is a lot of me that's really there, but there is sort of that persona that's on like laid on top, and it's sometimes the lines get pretty blurred. Even for myself, sometimes. I was actually thinking about it today. I was like, because I was like, I know Matty's going to bring this up. I know he is.
Oh, really? You knew? Oh, shit. Okay, good. See, that's why you're a good guest to have on. I think we are. This has been a long time coming, this podcast. So, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I will just say things just for a laugh.
Yeah.
And then I get worried that people think that those are my actual beliefs. Like if I just say something offensive for a joke, like I see it as just a joke, you know, like if I, say something about a minority that's not too offensive, but it could be like, a little bit edgy or whatever. Yeah. Someone might, get really offended about that. But I try to say everything and word everything in a way where I sort of give the camera a bit of a look so he's not serious, right? Like
the best part is though that I think the minorities choose to be offended a lot of times. So whether you give them a look, it almost wouldn't matter at that point. Have you ever had someone pull you up on like something you've said? Have you ever, like, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on stream? Have you ever
absolutely.
Have you ever had someone try and like?
Oh man, I got roasted on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind talking about this. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Hey,
like, you might be like, shit, mate, don't talk about that.
No, let's deep dive. I do not. Yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I don't know if you remember. It was about a year ago when
I think I know what you're going to talk about. Yes, I think I know because I did scroll through your Twitter as well recently.
There are a few like streamers that I think saw it, but were like, I'm not going to get involved.
I'm always like that. I'm the worst. There's so much I always want to say and I can't do it, and that's why I respect people like yourself for being able to just not give a shit. Because I can't do it. I was saying to Tex last night, I'm the most vanilla tweeter. I will only tweet promotional stuff about my stream or my podcast, and I feel terrible about it. But I write I think of writing tweets, or I'll go to write tweets, and I can't do it. So continue. Sorry. Yeah.
So this was about I don't know if you remember that whole thing that happened to Team Down Under.
Yes.
When that went down because
went to shit. Were you a part of Team Down Under?
I was actually part of Team Down Under, and I think it was about a few months before it actually went to shit completely. Was the founder decided to change a whole bunch of rules about the team, and they were pretty reasonable rules, but the way that he went about enforcing these rules was pretty. Well, it was a Dogs Act. Yeah. He pretty much just surprised everyone with it. And he kicked a whole bunch of people out. He also he let like partners get away with certain things that he wouldn't let like unpartnered people get away with.
It sounds like there was a bit of a hierarchy going on.
Yeah.
In the favoritism game. Yeah.
So he asked me if I wanted to stay in, and I said no. No thanks. I said, look, I think a lot of your rules are okay, but like the way that you've gone about it. Sorry, mate. I've got to go.
Do you think he asked everyone if they wanted to stay in it? Or do you think some people he disputed?
Wow. He kicked people without them even knowing. And I told a couple of people that they were gone. They didn't even know that they were gone.
Okay, shit. Yeah. Okay. Right. And some of those people might have like jerseys and shit, because I know they were like selling jerseys and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know why, but he had some sort of he liked me, I think.
Yep.
Even though like I never really reciprocated or anything like that.
It's one of those things.
But it was sort of like I couldn't tell whether he liked me or if he was just pretending to like me.
Yeah, right.
But it seemed like he must have if he would come to me and ask me.
He was a hard dude. I only met him a couple of times. I think I met him like one, and he was really hard to know. He was a bit vacant at times. It was hard to know what he thought of you. I always had the opinion he didn't like me, but then after I met him, then he followed me on Twitter. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but he followed literally everyone on Twitter, and that's why I had that. That's why I was like, he's probably just saying this because it works out better for him if I should stay in the team or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway. It went to shit. He got accused of some terrible things.
Yeah, big thing.
Yeah, I won't go into exactly what he got accused of, but
do we know, by the way, do we know, by the way, what happened to him? Did anything ever come of that? It just kind of, he fizzled out. He shut his Twitter down. He disappeared. And,
I think so. Yeah,
and, I mean, as any smart man in that situation at that point would realize they have to do is just call it quits and get out of there.
Like whether he did or didn't do anything. Like I'm not siding on anything, but you know that was probably the best thing he could do, even if he was completely innocent. You know.
Then again, do you think? Because I've seen recently like people being accused of things and then they delete, like, say, the tweets.
And it looks worse.
They shut their Twitter down, and then people go, "Oh, that just proves everything."
Guilty.
He did it. He did it. He's out. He's no innocent man would run.
I am not trying to defend the guy whatsoever.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
You know, you got to try look at it from his perspective as well. Everyone has jumped onto him, and everyone has given him shit, and. You know, like, no matter what he says, like, he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, literally everyone jumped on this guy. I think he might have had, like, one defender. Everyone else was like, fuck that guy. I've had a bad experience with him. He's why.
He probably had a lot of defenders, but they were all too scared to jump on. I mean, it's like any Me Too-esque movement. There's probably a lot of people that are okay. It's always the loud minority that they get the pitchforks out and the flames and whatnot, and as much as people might want to stand up for a certain person, it's just never worth it to their cause. It's like as well. I saw like, it's funny, like we're in a society where we're too scared to stand up for what we believe. And look, I'm not saying about this situation. I'm just saying in certain situations in general. But
I've been in situations where I'm like, oh man, I really strongly believe this, but I am not going to get into that fucking argument.
Look, I was talking to as well yesterday about to Tex about how there was an incident where a Twitter user who's also a streamer, someone that's in the Twitch community, they posted up a tweet about saying that their views was that something like they didn't understand gender fluidity or something. They didn't.
Oh, this was like a couple of months ago.
This was a couple of months ago, and they didn't. They said they just didn't understand it. They said biologically there's only two genders, which I know is a real triggering thing to say.
Oh man, and don't ask me my opinion, man.
I don't know how. Okay, I want to get into a little bit of that in a minute.
Okay.
Whether you say yes or no to whatever, I'll probably forget my thing there, but. People were getting pulled up on liking the tweet. And a couple of people lost their positions. I don't know if they were paid positions, but it sounds like perhaps they possibly were in esports organizations.
Yeah, I really hate that about social media where everyone's out to lynch one another. It seems like everyone is really out to fuck each other over, even over the smallest things sometimes.
Do you think it's that
like
they actually...
liking a tweet.
Do you think it's actually... Yeah, do you think it's that they care that really much...
lose their job over just because they shared an opinion with someone else?
Yeah, it's like, well, that's the question we're asking now. And it's funny because people like, I think his name's James Gunn or whatever. I'm not too sure. He's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he lost the right to direct. I think he just got allowed to direct the third movie again now or something. But he directed the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and then he got canned from doing the third one because someone pulled up tweets from like 10 years ago or something. And I might be getting numbers wrong there or whatnot, but Disney or whatnot, whoever it is, pulled him from that just over a couple of joke tweets he made, which I thought they were terrible. I actually thought they were really terrible jokes, and I just thought, who the fuck would even joke about that? But at the same time, it's a weird world we live in where old tweets can fuck you over, and and just now liking tweets can. I won't like a tweet for that reason. I like certain tweets, but I'm very careful what I like because it does say apparently now a lot about you. And apparently that's enough.
I don't think it does, but that's what people think.
That's exactly, but that's what I'm saying to other people. Yeah,
because let's say he said some offensive shit like 10 years ago, right? And but then like his recent tweets for the past 10 years after that haven't reflected those views whatsoever. Like people grow. Yeah. People actually do grow as people, and people like to like go, oh well, this happened 10 years ago. They're exactly the same person as they are. You know, they were then, they are now. Which that's not the case for anyone. Like 10 years ago, me, fucking holy shit, that's like not a, you know.
But as well,
most of me is still there, but there's a lot about me that's changed, and a lot of my views have changed.
10 years ago, internet culture was completely a different thing. Social media culture was completely different. It's funny. I actually have, and I hope no one judges me for this, because times were completely different. I was probably like 18, if that. And I used to make unicycle videos back when I was like in the unicycle scene, the street unicycle scene. And we used to make unicycle, and we make like cool ones, we make fun ones where we just hang out. There was one that was really popular. No one ever pulled me up on this, ever. Thousands of people watch this video. I've pulled it down now because I'm like, shit, if someone digs this up now, I'm fucked. Because even though I'm not like that at all.
Yeah. I have the exact same experience, dude, where I did something on a YouTube video when I was like 14 years old or something like that.
Really?
And I was like, dude, that's fucked up.
If I
deleted it.
If I tell you mine, will you tell me yours?
I will tell you off air.
Really? Okay, I'm good with that. All right, well, I'll tell you what I did, and I hope no one fucking judges me. I didn't tell anyone this.
If yours is worse than mine, I'll tell mine.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I don't know. This is actually juicy. I would love to know, but so we're unicycling, and obviously, like, you know, you're growing up, you're listening to music, and you're experiencing different cultures and whatnot, and I just loosely in the video, without any thought, threw out the N-word. Just threw it out there. Okay. While I was talking, didn't think anything of it because I thought that's just street talk. I had no idea about the culture of it.
Yeah.
And for a decade, that video sat on YouTube, gathering views, people commenting up until like a couple of months ago. And I was like, and I went to show it on stream, and then as I'm showing it, I'm like, oh fuck, no way! As it's getting close to that moment, I'm like, oh shit, because I'd seen it recently. I thought I need to pull this video down because it's got that in it. But I thought I'll pull it down later because I didn't have my password. And because I made a fuss, people then started trying to suss it out themselves. And I was like, wait, no. And I had to quickly pull it. And then someone said that they jokingly, I think, said that they had like captured it or something.
Oh yeah. So they've got it.
And I was like, right. I hope not, dude, because that's gonna like people. Even though like, but the thing is, back then. I was back then. I had no idea that word. Like that's how different the world is now, and how social media culture is really telling us what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah.
And I would never say that word now. I just don't, because one, I'd say it off stream. It will eventually come out on stream. You know what I mean? You'll slip.
Right. It's going to become part of your vocabulary.
Because that's even me saying the N word. Then. Yeah. I was scared I was going to say the actual word just because of I'm so conditioned. I'm so paranoid that that's gonna that one day you will slip on something and you'd be fucked. But it's one of those things. Back then I had no idea as a kid that was growing up around music that would maybe say that here and there. I just thought it was like a cool word people say. It's stupid. I had no idea. But and then I'm like, holy shit, hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt me.
Yeah. Shit, dude.
Is yours worse?
I feel like I could tell you. I feel like it's on par.
But you don't have to. You don't have to, though. Yeah.
Nah, it's all right. It's okay. Ooh. Actually, I don't think I've told anyone this before as well.
Really?
Like, yeah. This is the hot scoop.
We're sharing deep secrets right now.
So I'm probably like 14, 15 years old. I don't know how old. It was a very, very long time ago.
Yeah, you're younger than me. So
yeah. And so YouTube's pretty new. You know, good old 280p.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what the video was about, but anyway, I just thought I'd be edgy and like you know,
like
and
a lot of kids
I just threw out old Heil Hitler and I did the old salute, you know, just to be fucking edgy, right?
But that's an age, isn't it? Like that's a fucking age. That you're looking for that attention.
I got a lot of backlash on it. I actually felt a bit shamed as well because there were like people commenting on it, go, "You fucking racist, you fucking Nazi," and I'm like, "Fuck, you know, I actually don't like believe any of these Nazi views or anything like that."
Yeah,
you know, I don't know any Jewish people, but I don't have anything against them, and like I'm sure I could be friends with one of them. And I thought, you know, it's probably just best. It didn't actually stay up for too long, I think, as long as yours, but I think it was up for like at least a couple, like maybe 3-4 years.
Yeah,
until I went, this is fucked up. I need to delete this.
Do you think that anyone has like clipped that? Do you think anyone saved that? You don't reckon it's the sort of thing that anyone would have been like, thank fucking internet, some sort of like meme, and that you have to deal? Because you know what? I think about it like now that we grew up at least. I mean, you're a bit younger than me, but still, like, kids now are growing up in an age where it's so easy to throw whatever up on the internet in an instant. You can say anything to your phone.
I feel like I used to say way worse shit than what you get in trouble for now. Just to my friends, you know,
well, growing up,
call each other the F word.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Well, back then,
it was fun, but
back then those words held no meaning to us, though. Yeah. They were just shitty words to say to your friend to put him down, but we didn't know necessarily what the real connotation behind it was with a lot of those words. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, or we never really put that meaning towards it either.
Yeah, and it's like, and people could say that's no excuse, but it is. Because you just when you don't know, it's that ignorance, you know.
Yeah, but like I feel like I knew what the word like
I did too, but
where it originated from. Like I knew where the
true
F word came from.
But now,
and I knew what it meant. But like when I was calling someone that, it was just like it was sort of like you dag, you silly bastard, like or, you know, something like that, or you know.
Do you think it's Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells coming from a generation where those words were able to be thrown around pretty loosely and no one would bat an eyelid at it? Do you feel like you're ever walking on eggshells now that you might slip and say something just from...
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because I feel like when I first started streaming, I would use some of those words. I think I actually slipped the N-word once on stream as well.
I've seen certain people do it, yeah.
Because one of my friends came in, I'm like, hey, what up, my N-word?
Yeah. Did you instantly...
in real life, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I just said that on stream. Like,
did you instantly shit your pants when you said it? Because I mean,
I was like, I hope nobody noticed that at all, and nobody pulled me up on it. Like, I think like I just said it that quick, so fast, and I didn't draw attention to it that nobody even like realized that I said it.
Because I was watching this streamer a while back. I can't remember his name. Is shit. He's not like a big deal or anything, but he it's interesting. He's like this. He looks like a punk rocker out of like the 90s. He hasn't. It's like his style and look and just the way he is hasn't developed from the 90s because he used to be in like bands that toured with like decently big bands back then. But now he's fallen out of that. He still looks kind of youngish though, so it's a bit weird. But he still has like the middle piercing. He wears like beanies. He has like black mascara. Very much like pasty. And he's a cool guy. I actually really like the guy. He doesn't stream much though, but he's a pretty chill dude. And he was going through old like tour footage and stuff and talking about, you know, like showing off old like just clips out on his computer. And then all of a sudden he's showing off, he's just clicking through clips, which is dangerous as fuck. Just showing things from your, you know, folders on your computer to your stream without remembering what's on them. But he put up a clip where it's him and just a bunch of guys and girls in a room and they're all just sitting around talking, and then he just says something about, what do you think of the N-words or saying? And people started saying they hated them and stuff. Like it was like but trying to be edgy and funny, but he showed that on stream and you could tell instantly his face was like, if I close this down instantly, I'm going to look like I backed out so he was clearly like really embarrassed and shocked that he had shown that, and it was him and a bunch of and the chat instantly just crucified him. People that actually respect him, these mods actually even crucified him. And that would have been like 10 years ago, that what he said on there. And
but this is on the fly now.
It was really awkward because they was doing it was, to them it was a joke, but it really was pretty shitty way of how he said. But then he dug his hole deeper and he was like, yeah, but back then like it was a different time. He's like, we used to say the F word, but he said it. He said the F word as well. If we didn't even mute it. And then people were like, you can't even say that. I'm thinking, bro, just stop. And it's funny that we are really scared of these words and slipping. Do you feel like we've gotten to a point where people should be let off the hook a little bit if they slip? If we notice it's a slip,
I honestly believe that. I don't see it happening though.
No,
I don't see it happening, but I think we should. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but stuff that we're saying right now in 10 years time is probably going to be offensive. And like, I don't know if I've said anything. I don't think I've said anything offensive today so far, besides stuff that I've done in the past. But let's put that aside. In 10 years time, someone's going to go, that was really offensive. You can't say that same stuff you said on that podcast. Yeah,
but do you? Okay, so do you believe that? Do you actually believe? Oh, Twitchy's trying to chime in on the call. Should we bring him in for a sec? Is he?
What? What's he doing?
Wait, is incoming video call? Hello, is Matt still there? Oh. This. Twitchy! Twitchy! Oh. Are you still there, Matt? Wait, what the fuck, dude? I think. What? I'm so confused, dude. Oh my god, bro! I don't know what the fuck does happen to Twitchy. We could have had a real sneak peek just then. Bro, I just took a chance. I thought he was going to bring him in with us.
Oh my god, that's
bro,
great.
Imagine if he was naked. Imagine if he was fucking naked. Oh my god, that would have been like that would have, bro.
That would be the most offensive stream ever, and you would have
I thought if he's trying to call in, he's got something really insightful right now to throw. I thought I've got to hear what he's got to say. I thought he was going to come up side by side, but it just dipped you out and Twitchy.
Yeah.
Bro, Twitchy, good to see you, brother. You're looking good though. You're looking damn good. Looking real. I'm motivated to do my best. Little cameo there, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure if you haven't watched the Twitchy Coffee or Twitchy Coffee's podcast as well, but the one that
he's doing one tonight.
Yeah, he's doing one tonight, which I will make sure I host him if I'm still going when he starts. Okay, where were we? We're talking about obviously. See, I was going to say about I know exactly because I was going to say, do you think the God, how do I put this? The woke movement, do you think that's going to implode on itself at some point? Because I feel like all these people are, people...
We're going to have a renaissance of offensiveness.
Well,
where we can all just say, it
ends up being worse than it was before. They're like, fuck, this is too much work. Even the people that are like fighting for it, they just agree. It's too much work. Let's just backtrack. Does everyone can say what they want? But no, not so much with that. But I've seen recently, how like the Me Too movement... there was for a lot of last year, especially, that it's people would be able to, women mostly would be able to accuse men of something, whether they did it or not. Yeah. But instantly that would be enough to pretty much ruin their life. But now we're starting to see that there's been enough cases coming out that they're not so much always gospel. And I think not just with that, but with a lot of things where it's getting a bit... You're seeing people fighting, not being as afraid to fight back against maybe stuff that's... I get that there's certain causes that are right for fighting for, but some people obviously are taking their movements a bit too far.
Sorry.
No.
I actually saw when that whole Down Under thing went down, there was a female streamer... I'm not going to name who she is, but
that's fine.
She was saying, if you're a man and you're worried about a woman accusing you of, any sort of sexual abuse or anything like that,
then you're already got a problem. then you've already done it.
You have nothing to worry about unless you've done something. Which I could not fucking agree with less.
Yeah.
Because there are females out there that just whatever. Okay, there are guys out there that are assholes and dicks, and they treat women like shit, right? Okay, and then a woman will see that as good, he was mean to me, so now I'm gonna fuck his whole life over. Yeah, by saying this, he raped me, or he sexually abused me, or something like that. Even if that person didn't do it, and then like what you're saying, whether he did it or not, that can completely destroy someone.
Over. Yeah, game over, 100%.
Even if that person does come out and say, "Oh, I actually, I was falsifying this. This isn't right. I was just, upset with this person." Even the person that was accused is still, they still have that. It's carried around with them for the rest of
People are way more inclined to share the negative stuff and the drama. So as soon as someone's accused of saying, people are more likely to share that shit and spread it around than when someone's discovered as being innocent, then that shit never gets shared. So the majority of people that originally think that someone's in the wrong, even if their name's eventually cleared, by that point, people are still going to go around and be like, "Oh, wasn't that guy that fucking raped that woman?" You know what I mean? Like they're not going to know that potentially that, and other people that they're talking to might be like, "Yeah, I think it is." We're not knowing that their name was cleared because it just people thrive off that one. Do you remember this story? Okay, I think it was Australian. Okay. And this is like an accusation story that really, this is like the one where I just shook my head and thought, "What the fuck are we doing here?" Not a famous person, just an everyday dude. He was at a shopping center, and he was at like a Target or something. This might have been in New Zealand. I think it was in Australia though. And he had just come out from a Target, and a new Star Wars movie was coming out. And there was a big, those big cardboard cutouts of like Star Wars games and shit when they're promoting new movies. He saw that, and he loves Star Wars. His kids at home love Star Wars. He's married with kids. He took a selfie of him in front of the cardboard cutout of the Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This woman just randomly sitting like meters away from that assumed that he was taking photos
of
the
her
front facing out with the back, of her kids. Her kids. So instead of confronting him about it, do you know what she did? She took a photo of him and then shared it on social media with his face and everything, just him walking away, and said, "This man was caught taking photos of my children."
Yeah, he's a pervert.
Pervert. Just that got shared so much, it actually got back to him. It got shared so much around the internet that he heard about it. Someone hit him up and said, "You might need to hear about this." He went to the police station immediately and said, I'm so sorry, I'm being attacked," about saying, "I promise." He showed his photos and he showed the selfie, and it ended up, but all the news stories and everything came out and just saying, "Yeah, this pervert's on the loose," blah 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 and stuff.
But they never covered him proving the fact that he was.
So, I mean, I think that's the thing. I think more social media here and there, people on there tried to do that. But yeah, it's like the news stories didn't care about the part where it ended up being that he was innocent and that he actually didn't. And there was a big shit show with the woman that ended up spreading. I love that there was a lot of backlash with her. She got a lot of shit. But it's like that humongous guy as well. The guy made that humongous joke, and that chick like went in on him. It's terrifying. It's like
such a saint as well.
Yeah, he's like, "My name is humongous," like just dad joke. I know H3 went on that. But it's like, holy shit, like it's terrifying that could happen. You make a slight joke that's not even sexual and people take it in the wrong way, and you instantly shunned for life. And here we are every now and then on Twitch.
It must take a lot of effort to be that offended as well. Like, I feel like you're doing yourself some damage if you're that offended and passionate about being offended as well. Like,
yeah, no,
must be stressful,
Exactly. I feel the same way, dude. I feel like it's I see shit that does kind of, I kind of go, "Oh, that's a bit bullshit." Someone said something recently, and I didn't mind them as a streamer. I thought they were right, but they said something stupid. Just irritated me on Twitter. And I just unfollowed him. Didn't say anything. Didn't hit him up. Didn't make a fuss. I just unfollowed him on Twitter. And I felt good about it. I was like, "Oh, good. Well, I won't have to hear that again." And I moved on with my life. But I'm not the average person, or I'm not the minority that would maybe go, "Hey, fuck you, you motherfucker," like, and go in on it. You know what I mean? I think
I don't want to see any more of this shit. Whatever.
Have you ever felt, or have you ever gone in on someone about like something? Have you ever had beef like on the internet with someone? Or have you never bothered? Because I don't know if I really have, like, in that way. Have you ever felt compelled enough to?
I've never really gone after someone, but I have, like, we actually didn't even get into it. I was only really one instance where I've had someone fucking have a go at me on Twitter.
Yeah, we didn't really finish talking about it. Oh no, we did. I was about to say that. Yeah, the Hitler.
Oh damn. Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever really gone after anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone else usually does it for me. If I've got any like, it comes to the point where it's like, well, how many times does this person need to hear the exact same thing in a row?
Yeah.
I feel like they don't either fucked up or
Well, that's the thing. That's my. I'm a big anti-bandwagoner. I'm really against bandwagon movements. I'm really not into the whole point.
I think it's pretty easy to get sucked in as well, though.
But is it?
I think I can understand how it's easy to get sucked in, because it's like you're part of a clan. You feel like you're part of a clan.
Do you think? Do you think a lot of people that go in on people that have done potentially wrong? Do you think a lot of those people give that much of a shit, or do you think it's that it partly? Because in my opinion, I think they think that it makes them feel holier than thou. It's that kind of like holier than thou kind of mindset, and it's. Do you think these people care that much?
Yeah,
or do you think it's like? Do you think it's more of just this?
I feel a lot of that. There's a lot of that holier than thou thing. Like everyone pretends to be. Well, I don't personally, but a lot of people pretend to be saints, right?
Yeah.
Like they've never done anything wrong, and then they can't understand how this person could possibly do anything like that.
say a word, like slip saying a word, which is
When you know, it's like motherfucker, everyone's fucking said that word at least once. Don't kick yourself.
I feel like from our generation at least, I mean it's most probably that's the thing. Like. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. Yeah, it blows my mind. Internet culture scares me. Do you ever feel afraid to write a tweet or say do you just think fuck
man. Yeah, look, I don't really tweet that much at all, to be honest. Like because I hate tweeting shit that doesn't seem interesting or is boring or monotonous. Like I never tweet when I'm like live or anything like that.
Yeah.
Ever. Like maybe like once or twice a year I'll tweet that I'm live or something like that.
Yeah.
And like it seems like a good way to promote your stream, but I don't know, I just can't bring myself to like tweet anything unless I think it's genuinely interesting. So
yeah, I'm the same. It's tricky.
Yeah. So I sort of don't really get that backlash that much. Well, except for that one time that we'll never get to. We'll never talk about it. So
wait. What is it? What's so?
Well, okay. So I'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was when Down Under went to shit.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
And I made a joke. It was just a shitty joke. I think I even made a meme. It was a video that I made.
The Lion King.
It was the Lion King video. Yeah. And
it was a good meme, dude. I actually liked it.
Yeah. A lot of people liked the meme that I uploaded. Like, but they didn't really comment on it. And that was fine. I was like, yeah, okay, I get that no one's commenting on it. Like, yeah, it's a pretty touchy subject at the moment. I was a little bit hesitant uploading it because it was a very touchy subject, but I don't know. I'm the sort of guy that tries to make tries to make a positive situation out of a worse situation. Right?
Yeah, which is really...
Even when terrible things happen to me, I always try to put a smile on.
Which is really like the mindset of a comedian, isn't it? Like that's really kind of
is it? I don't know.
Well, yeah, trying to put it like... We'll put a comedic spin on like a dark situation to kind of make light, but make people laugh and whatnot,
So I went, fuck it, and anyway, so I put the Scrivo, that's his name. Who cares? It's all out.
He's not even on Twitch anymore. It is what it is, He probably wouldn't even go by that name anymore if he came back.
And I put his face on, what was it, Simba, and it was like the scene where Simba is like...
Spoilers, by the way.
His dead father Mufasa, and Scar comes along and says, "Run away, Simba, run away." But I think I dubbed my voice over, so it was like, "Run away, Scrivo, run away, and never return."
and I think
it was pretty funny.
And you put like labels on, like Scar was the Down Under community. I'm pretty sure.
So Scar was the Down Under community, even though in the film I'm pretty sure he's the bad guy, but
actually no.
But it seemed fitting. It just seemed like the dialogue seemed fitting to fit. So whatever. Everyone got it, and he liked the tweet. I think he even replied saying, "Hey, like it was." I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, "Hey, like." Although it's shit, like I did find this funny. Like, even he could see the funny side of it, even though all this shit was piled up on top of him.
But I can understand that because in a dark time for him, when people are really just going at him with no humor behind it, they're just slamming him. Maybe just someone taking a bit of effort and finesse to their like attack on him was maybe just like he saw it as like, finally someone that's like not just saying that I need to end myself. You know what I mean? People were going in on him.
Yeah.
And then And
then I think someone liked. I think he liked one of my tweets, and I can't remember which tweet it was that he liked. I'd have to pull it up to figure out what it was, but he liked something, and I was like, "Fuck, better watch out at the next meetup. This cunt's gonna come here with a fucking machine gun." Or no,
you said. I think you said. I read. You said. I'm worried. Something was saying. I'm worried that
murder or something.
I'm worried that every time he likes one of our tweets, shitting on him, something like that, he's really just making a list of people he's going to kill. It's like
that's it.
Because really, it was like, why would he be liking these tweets when they're like shitting on him?
Yeah, because he was liking a lot of tweets that were really tearing him to shreds, and I was like, he's putting us on a fucking list.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon he did that as a? As just like a, hey, it doesn't affect me,
I think it was like
reverse psychology kind of thing.
Like what I was saying was a joke. Like I reckon it was a bit of a like, hey, I saw that, fuck you, I don't care. Like what you're saying, you know. And anyway, there was like some streamer. I don't even know who the fuck he was until he messaged me. Apparently, he's a some people said he was. They didn't really say he was a big deal, but he was like known in the community or something. I didn't know he existed, but. He was like, how? No. Yeah, no, I think it was... No, there was one partner that said, oh, you know, don't joke about this. And I'm like, oh, well, sorry that you don't find the joke funny, but like, I'm still going to joke about these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not or something like that. And then like, this other bigger streamer chirped in and started like, so, no, you know, what about all the mass shootings in America? This is a really touchy subject. I'm like thinking, you know, we're in Australia. We don't fucking have guns like America does.
That's
true. And it was a passing fucking joke. Like, I'm not seriously accusing this guy of fucking what the joke is. Like, I feel like that was pretty fucking evident, unless you're a fucking moron. Sorry, I'm getting into it now.
No, I like it. Yeah, I like the passion.
And then I remember he like screen capped my tweet and he posted it up on his Twitter. And he was he screen capped it and he posted it up on his Twitter and he was like, "Oh, look at this. This guy's a fucking moron." Like if he wants to talk about offending people, he's calling me a fucking moron on his Twitter, getting all of his people to like it and fucking, interact with it and go, fuck this guy.
Did a lot of people...
Isn't that more offensive than fucking what I said?
Because,
I don't know.
Because it's a direct attack. It's not even a meme. Yeah. It's like, he's not even making a meme. He's just going in and being it's did it get a lot of traction, that tweet? Like
so nobody actually hassled me over it or anything.
Okay.
But like I think his tweet got a few interactions and it was a lot of people like, I guess because they're fans of him, and anyone that's a fan of someone's going to agree with him.
Yeah.
It's like whoa, that's a really offensive what he said. Oh, how does this idiot exist? He shouldn't, whatever,
yeah.
Shit. And I was actually really upset about it when it happened.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, "Wow, this is holy shit!" And then I slept on it and I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? I actually didn't even know that this guy fucking existed. Like, I didn't even know he was a thing. Right? Why am I upset about some guy on the internet about something he said that he doesn't agree with me just because some random guy thinks I'm an idiot? Who gives a fuck? Everyone that likes my stream knows my comedy,
and they would agree with you,
and I had a few likes from it, so I knew like it wasn't completely shit. So I just sort of forgot about it, but I definitely do get heated whenever it's brought up again.
Oh, fair enough. I like it. That's like our first I don't know if Twitter used his like meme cut off zoom ins and what. I'm trying to think now.
I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't do that for the podcast.
No, do it. No, it's good. I encourage any special effect shows. I'm hoping one day to have a certain guest on down the track who's someone that I'd have to be really punch up to get, but
is this the super dragon? What's his name?
Sushi Dragon, yeah.
Sushi Dragon, and that's it. Yeah.
He's just non-stop special effects. So I'd be very interested if he like not do special effects, or if he just the whole time just be like dancing or like changing scenes of mine by answering questions. That'd be an interesting one. But that's one for down the track. But yeah, dude, I don't know. The internet's a crazy place. Obviously, I wanted to talk to you about that because of the edge factor. And just the fact that you don't seem to care as much as maybe the standard online content creator. Do you like do you
I hold back a bit.
Yeah, well, I guess anyone would have to, you know what I mean? Do you find yourself like constantly like catching yourself before you say something?
No, I think I've done it that long now that it's sort of, you sort of know what to say.
Yeah.
I guess so. It's just like what you were saying before, where like, you know, you don't even want to use the N-word in your day-to-day, not that you'd say it on a day-to-day basis, but you don't even want to have it in your vocabulary because you feel like you might slip it.
Not even a behind closed doors, just little like singing, not even singing it. Like it's even like now it's like really like, you know, you're singing a song, you just work. Like there's one other situation I remember. Did you see that video of Kendrick Lamar? I had big respect for Kendrick. You know Kendrick Lamar, the rapper? Good Kid, Mad City kind of stuff. Like really like favorite rapper. And he lost a lot of respect from me, and I think a lot of people. He was doing so his last flickering. He was he would invite people on stage during his shows to sing his songs, which have the N-word just throughout all of them. And he invited a white dude on stage to sing one of his songs. And the guy, I guess, wanted to give it the authentic treatment, so he just went all in. The minute he started singing the N-words with it, Kendrick's like, hold up, and he cut the DJ. And it's like they already knew, like they set him up to fail. And from what I can gather, he did it a few times. But everyone's booing at him from the audience and going on him. And it's like at what point do people set people up to fail away in words like
and then
this?
Be offended about it?
Yeah, it's like, what do you think?
Like say this word, but I'm going to be upset about it.
Right. Yeah, it's a weird way to be. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a scary time to live. And people say, Matt, you shouldn't be scared because if you're just a good person, don't say those things. And actually, I don't say those things, but it's just I think. In this day and age, you almost don't know that, and that's the whole getting back to just walking on eggshells. You just sometimes don't know. I made a.
I think you really got to just like sometimes think that everyone, no matter what you say, you're going to offend someone out there. So, I think you got to be, you know, pretty lax and relax and loose with what you're saying.
You can't overthink it though, because that's when it just. Because as well, I said like a yo mama joke as a passing fucking thing. I never say yo mama jokes, but it was.
Then someone will be like, oh, but my mum's dead, or something.
Yeah, exactly. Someone hit me up in the DMs, dude. Someone hit me up in the DMs and said, can you please not do that? My mum died like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I was like,
so does that mean you can never use a mum joke to anyone ever again?
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's, and I was like, oh shit, sorry, dude, but deep down I just wasn't sorry. I just was like, what the fuck. Like as if it's one of those things. I guess you can't please everyone, and that's you just can't.
I think I used I did a your mum joke or something once to a friend of mine whose mum had passed away, and I knew that, like everyone knew that his mum, but it was just sort of like we were just boys hanging out, and we was like, your fucking mum sucks dicks or some shit like that.
But whoever thinks of their mum when someone says it to them. Whenever someone said that to me, I don't picture my mum and go, no, you don't say that about my mother. Like, you know what I mean? I never think about, like, my mum never, I always think of someone else's mum, just a generic,
there's one mum out there that cops all the jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Just like crying, eating a cream corn or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things, man. What do you think about people watering down their content? Essentially for, I don't want to say financial gain, but what do you think about people that have essentially watered down their content to grow? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Personally, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Like I used to watch, well, he doesn't really make anything, but like guys like iDubbbz and stuff where he would just say anything, and I'm like, damn, he's brave.
Yeah, he's really brave. Dude.
But it seems like any sort of like when people interview him, he's just like, I don't care. I just really just don't care. And I just wish I had that sort of attitude towards everything. But if I did, I don't think I'd be streaming on Twitch. So
Well, what do you think as well? With like Twitch bringing in, like, obviously, I asked this to Tex as well yesterday. With the way that YouTube's gone, obviously to appease advertisers, they've made it so that people are feeling inclined to bleep out the word shit or something like that. You know what I mean? In fear that they're going to get demonetized. Do you think, because obviously Twitch is still very based around advertising as well, do you think Twitch is at risk of becoming like that? Do you think there's ever going to be a chance, or do you think Twitch is not touchable? Because they are obviously banning words. I mean, is there like a point? Because back in the day on Twitch, that wouldn't have even been a thing.
I think it's definitely more harder to like. I think there's no argument that it's definitely more harder to regulate Twitch because it is live.
Yeah.
Unless they come up with some sort of algorithm to live.
Here's you say it like that.
Words, and then I'm sure there'll be a lot of false positives.
I mean, there's voice recognition and there's music. Imagine if they had a thing where, I mean, if you're like Alexa or Google bloody or Siri can hear you saying shit. Imagine if they had a thing eventually. Do you think that's a thing? Like, that they could eventually have a thing that listens as you're live to, and if you say it,
might happen. I think it might happen, but like I think we're a while off yet, because there's a lot of times where I will say something to, like, I'll go, "Hey Google," and I'll say something, and it gets whatever I'm saying wrong. It just
because imagine people just getting banned all over, just 7-day bans for saying shit when they didn't say shit. They said shit.
Say shit at all. Yeah,
exactly.
So I think we're a while away from that still. Yeah.
I hope so, dude, because like it's like that kind of technology that is being used for good, but in a way it's evil. I mean, I don't know.
But also they had this whole, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about Twitch's content, the way they regulate it, because they had this whole 18 and over, thing that you can apply to your stream, but it doesn't really change anything that much.
What do you think?
I guess you could say swear words, but.
What do you think that? Do you think
you can do that on an underage?
It's anyway. Like what does that really serve? Yeah, it's
what is the difference?
All you have to do is click a thing. It's like, because what's the alternative? That obviously that comes up. People can choose to have that on the screen when someone comes in for the first time. They have to accept. But it's not like they're going to be seeing someone swinging their penis around the helicopter motion if they don't. You know what I mean? Like, the worst they're going to see is someone say shit or fuck, because you can't say really anything else. Is that really like enough to have to warn people? Because isn't that most of Twitch other than Ninja? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a the over 18 thing is so random. I almost feel like Twitch is essentially in its essence an over 18 platform, because you can't regulate essentially what everyone's talking about at every point in time. I think parents should be really watching out for just what their kids are watching on Twitch.
No, well, yeah, I think it's really hard to regulate live content in general. Like, I don't know if you heard about, the tragedy that happened in Christchurch, where there was this shooter that, shot up a couple of mosques, and he live streamed it on Facebook Live.
Yeah, which is fun.
And I think the Prime Minister of Australia was like, we need to crack down on Facebook, and they need to be held accountable for things like this.
Facebook needs to be held accountable? Yeah.
Facebook needs to be held accountable. Now, how do you hold Facebook accountable to that? This is live streaming. No, like, it's not like every single live stream out there is curated and there's like a Facebook employee watching every single live stream and then flags it whenever something's going wrong.
Yeah, but like, it's not the first time that's happened either, where someone's live stream something like that happened.
Oh yeah,
because there was that guy in America who was going around and just live streaming, going around shooting random people. He shot that old man. Did you see that?
Yeah,
on the street.
No.
Really? Right? Yeah. It's he was going around and his girlfriend or something left him. His girlfriend's and he went on a rampage, but filmed it on just live stream on Facebook, going around, hopping out of his car, capping people, getting back in, driving off. And he there's a part I saw up to where he essentially shot the guy, but he gets out and he goes up to this old man. He's just walking down the street, bag of cans in his hand or something, and the old man just kind of turns around, looks at him, really like old dude, and the guy just pulls up the gun. You can see it like a first-person shooter, which doesn't help our causes. Gamers, obviously, with people already fucking trying to liken it to that shit. And then the old dude obviously sees what's going on, puts his hands up in fear, and it's the most horrific shit. And after that happened, there was this big thing where people were saying Facebook needs to be able to check this shit.
Yeah, but how? I don't know. What do you do? Chuck it through an algorithm, and then what? It sees that there's gunfire, but then that could be confused for gaming, because there are first-person shooter people who stream first-person shooter games, which is going to be very similar to something like that in real life. Like, how do you, separate those two? I just, it's either you get rid of live streaming completely, or you have to. This is the sacrifice that you take. That sometimes things like terrible things will happen like this, but fortunately, it's stuff that doesn't happen every single day. Yeah. This is like shit that happens,
yeah.
Well,
and I mean, hopefully, eventually, I mean, like, hats off to New Zealand for instantly banning guns. I mean, in all honesty, I thought they were the same as Australia. I thought the guns were banned. I had no idea, so I was very shocked when I saw. Yeah, I didn't watch the video, but
I'd heard about that as well.
And, and he had like guns just lined up on his stupid fucking chair. I mean, it just. What I want to ask, or what I've thought this before. Do you think the internet will ever be licensed? Do you think that eventually it's going to get so bad? Like real talk, I've thought about this, and I hope not. Yeah. But because of the dickheads on there, where you have to be a certain age, it's like getting a license for a car. You can lose it if you use it incorrect. You know that people police it.
It's really funny that you mentioned that, because I was actually, you're saying that you don't want that to happen. In some ways, I do want to see that happen.
Some ways I do, but some ways I really do.
Like for the whole Twitch over 18 thing, I feel like if you had, say, now there's a lot of kids out there that are just pretending that they're 18 so they can click that button.
Of course, and then, on anything on the internet, yeah.
Right, but if you had, say, some sort of form of ID that you had to prove that you were 18 to get onto the 18 Twitch thing, then really the limits, well, they could loosen a lot of the limits of what was on Twitch. Like you could actually get some over 18 stuff. Not that I could ever see that happening, but
yeah, it
could go that way. And I don't know, it seems like it could be a good business move.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, I don't know.
I mean, it's it's interesting. I mean, I think with every day that passes and every shitty thing that happens on the internet, I'm actually fucking amazed they haven't done it yet. I'm actually amazed. But they'd have to get everyone involved, every country involved, because they can't just do it half-assed.
Yeah.
But it would definitely bring accountability to some people that hide behind their keyboards. There wouldn't be. But do you then think that the people out find back doors and whatnot and find
there's
ways
always
to
going to be
fake
some
IDs.
sort of underground. Yeah.
It's almost like they haven't done. But it's like, it's funny because everything in this world is policed except the internet.
Yeah, I can see it getting more like it's already happened. It's already happened. We've seen it being more policed. You can't get away with the same shit that you used to be able to, get away with 10 years ago on the internet. Like that's why everyone who uses like proxies and VPNs now. Like back then, you didn't have to fucking worry about that shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like say pirating. Like I feel like pirating used to be so much easier back in the day. I feel like you could just, you just LimeWire, put a movie in, boom, you got it,
But we didn't have streaming services back then.
Yeah.
Is pirating still viable now? Do you see like a...
I think it's still...
Is it incriminating ever ask if it's still...
I think there's still some instances where you need to pirate things if you want to get it, on the cheap, right?
Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. All right, move on in, boys. Move on in. We can shut it down.
But like, I don't know if you've tried to look for looking for a torrent in the last few years. It's like it's hard.
Yeah, right. See, I wouldn't know because I was too scared to fuck with that shit in case I got like a. I'm so like I never delved into that stuff except for like LimeWire back in the day. That was like the only thing. I got a couple of songs off that, and my mum encouraged me to do that. That motherfucker. She was like, hey, you can get free music off this when we first kind of were getting. She's like, hey, you should just pick some songs. Well, I'll burn some DVDs for. CDs, and she just burned CDs. Mum, if I ever get arrested, it's all your fault. I love you, Mum. So yeah, she can go to jail, not me.
Yeah, they got you on a list. They're just catching up. They got a lot of people to go.
They're getting through. They sit down every day with Metallica, and they go through the list of people. Metallica goes, hey. Because they were the ones that jumped on Napster. I think they sued Napster.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they were a lot big kind of.
You hear about LimeWire getting sued for like more money than that was in the world economy, or something like that. It was like some ridiculous trillion amount.
That's impossible.
They got sued for that, and then it was like, well, I guess they're over since they've been sued for more money than that exists in the fucking world. So like,
what would you do? What would you do if you got sued for like? An unspeakable... Okay, right now, someone sues you for $1 billion. $1 billion. Because we want to make it... Like, I'm not saying you can't be a billionaire. I believe in you, Matt. But what do you do at this point? How do people live? Like, what happens after that? Because, as well, I want to bring up... There's been cases of... Look, I don't know if this fucking went through. Do you remember that kid early day of Fortnite? I know you're not a Fortnite player, but he got sued for cheating, and Epic Games sued this young kid. I think he was promoting the hacks. Yeah, he was promoting the hacks, and they sued him for like $100,000, $200,000. It's like, more. It was like $1 million. I don't know. It was crazy.
I think that says more about them. I think that says that they need to ramp up their security.
Well, they have.
They're not programming correctly.
They have now, but every game gets that. You know what I mean? And it's frustrating for the people that are trying to play it legitimately, and it does actually impact their game because of the fact that people stop playing because they're like, well, fuck it, all these hackers. I don't think you should punish the hacker or the cheater or whatever. Though, like, they're assholes. Yeah, they're fucking assholes. Whatever. I think he was like promoting it very widespread to the point where he was sharing links and showing how to do it and stuff like that. I believe that was the case, and their claim that he was really pushing people to do it and really and doing tutorials on how to do and whatnot. Stuff like that.
Still, I mean, I feel like I still don't agree with that, but
and still at the end of the day, when
the company, so
when it's a kid, I mean, their parents are the ones that are going to have to take. All of a sudden, their parents are just living their life, hustling, trying to do a thing, and they gave him like $1 million, lawsuit, and they're like, "The fuck did this come from?" Like, the kid's not going to pay it. Of course, it goes straight to the. But it's one of those things. What do you do? What would you do if tomorrow you got hit with a? Okay, I just want to hypothetical. I just want to see what you do. What do you do if someone hits you with $1 billion?
A lot of these companies, they sue just to prove a point, not because they want the money.
They make an example because they don't really need the money.
Yeah. So I think like even that they ended up a lot of them end up just settling for like a lower amount. Like they sue them for like this ridiculous amount of money, and then they go, okay, we'll settle for this. But even still, I'm sure they're still selling for like a ridiculous amount of money that he's going to be having to pay for like most of his life.
Man, but the thing is, it sets an example. I wouldn't if someone got sued for anything that I was a part of, to that degree, I would stop it instantly. You know what I mean? Like say, okay, so have you ever been deterred? Oh shit, what was that big one? That there was, I swear there was a thing they were going through, and they were saying, hey, we're going to start people that download movies illegally, and they're going to go through and they're picking up on people, and they'll
I got done once actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was like I think it was like an Xbox 360 game or something they downloaded, and I got an email from I think it was 2K Games or whoever the publisher of that GTA.
No way.
One of the GTA games.
Yep.
Saying, like, I shit my
GTA,
pants.
that's a bit hypocritical. Trying to accuse this man when your game is Grand Theft Auto. Okay, like cars games.
The irony.
Right? Irony. I know, right? Yeah, I know. It's a little bit, okay, fine, all right. We'll play by your rules, 2K. Yeah. Or
so I shit myself. I, like, deleted everything off the computer.
Oh, shit. Clean white.
Yeah.
Clean white.
Because that was just like, it wasn't so much a we're suing you. It was like a delete this immediately. We are tracking your IP address. If you continue to see this, we will pursue this and take you to court.
Oh, at least they gave you the option. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh man, imagine if they just gone in on you on that and just said, "Nah, you're the one we've chosen, the chosen one, the destined, and you're going to be the example you set for many. No, trust me, child. You will save the lives of many children. We're sacrificing you for the greater cause." You're like, take me. It's like
there was that guy a few years ago. There was like one of the Mario games hadn't been like it was coming out soon. I think it was like on the Wii. I think it was like that old. It was either on the Wii. It was like the new Super Mario Brothers, or maybe it was the Wii U. I can't remember, but. Anyway, so the console was already hacked, and I think it was someone that worked at JB Hi-Fi, sold someone a game. They sold someone a game the day before the release, or a couple of days before the release, not realizing.
Cheeky.
Like, I don't know, whatever it happened, it was a mistake or whatever.
We'll wink at that one, not realizing. It's pretty
And so this guy was like, oh, fuck, I got it early. He took it home, he ripped it onto his computer and seeded it.
Oh, man. And it's like, come on. I mean, that's...
And Nintendo were like, fuck you. Like, we are suing you in a fucking oblivion.
Is it worth the clout? Everyone pray. He was a hero.
I don't know what his name is, so no, it's not worth the clout.
Yeah,
who the fuck is this guy?
It wasn't worth the clout. He's in jail. Like, it wasn't worth it. Oh fuck, bro. Yeah, that ain't. Yeah, if we don't know the name, it wasn't worth the clout. He's literally just a faceless shadow of a human. Nintendo is very heavy-handed. very fucking heavy-handed. They're very precious of their IPs, which fair enough. Like as everyone who's worked towards, but they went to a stage, I'm pretty sure on YouTube, where they wouldn't even let people post videos of their stuff.
I think they would like monetize a lot of, like, people would just have footage of something and then they would just monetize their crap, you know. Which I don't know. I feel like that's bad PR. You want as many people to see this game as possible, right?
I think maybe they're slowly realizing that, and I think maybe they've come to they've joined us in 2019 because it is. But how do you think? It's always confused me at the fact that we can stream games, which are a form of entertainment, and a lot of them are story based. Where if you watch a game being played from start to finish and watch the end of it, essentially that game's ruined, and you can't necessarily need to play it. Like,
I think I watched someone play. What was it? I don't know if you played Soma.
I actually Twitchy highly recommend it. I've played the start of it, so I haven't played all of it.
Oh, okay. So I need to watched someone play that game start to finish. I'm like, well, I guess I can never play that game now because it was
apparently it's got a
like
really
solely narrative based, basically.
Yeah, and it's like with stuff like that because I think the only case I've ever heard, two cases where and I'm sure there's been more, but the developer or whatnot, the publisher, was kind of dirty about after the fact or during the fact that their game perhaps would lose sales because of it. But one of them was Persona 5. Where they
I remember hearing about that.
They put a limit of where you could play it up to. Apparently at chapter 5 or some shit. If you played it after, you get fucked. They were looking out for people that played it after.
Yeah, that would get your channel banned.
Yeah, which is wild. Because people just playing it up to that point and then terrified to go on any further.
Which is like really funny you think about, because like Twitch is this whole video game casting platform.
Yeah.
If you cast this video game, you will be banned.
But that's the point I'm getting at is these game developers and publishers, they never signed up for Twitch. They didn't sign anything. They're just Twitch started, people started playing. We're very lucky that somehow this in today's day and age of everyone trying to make a buck off protecting the IPs, that we somehow slipped under the radar. Right. It's mental because if you stream a movie, even a second of a movie, if you stream a second of a movie, you're fucked. Yeah. Even the start of it.
That's it. Yeah.
Or even trying to illegally distribute music. It's like, whereas both game, not so much. This is the weird thing, I think. Like, not so much movies. I get movies, but when people are so protective of playing like a song on Twitch. Like people have been banned for playing like Juice WRLD songs, you know, stuff like certain tracks. Someone got banned for playing Maroon 5. I think it was Chinglish. Someone the other day said, hey, okay, watch out for this band. I can't remember what it is, so sorry, you might all be fucked if you play it. But there was a new band that someone said, oh, yeah, don't play these anymore because I just got banned for playing this song. But how weird is it that who listens to a song once? Who listens to a song? Like,
that was banging. Oh well, I guess we'll move on to the next.
You can't spoil a song. Like, where's this song? And by the end, you're like, wow, that song blew my mind. I didn't expect it to go in that direction.
But I've already heard it before.
I don't really need to listen to it. Like, if you like a song, you listen to it over and over. And if anything, it's like, I don't get how these record labels don't see that there's promotion in it. Like, people will listen to a song over and over. I'll listen to a song multiple times of a day if I like it.
That's the whole thing about radio, right? That's its whole shtick. You hear the same shit over and over again, but you don't stop listening. You keep listening. Yeah,
it's just so random. Quickly though, I want to go back in the other game though that I remember hearing, because it was extremely story about. I never played it. Did you ever play the game That Dragon Cancer?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Haven't heard of it. It was an indie game. It was, I think, probably pushed by Sony or something. Yeah, sometimes indie games get really. It was pushed by a company, so a lot of people knew about it. I think it was promoted at maybe an E3 as one of like a real showcase kind of thing. But when it came out, it was so narrative driven, almost like a movie, that essentially the game. I think the guy who made it, I think it was one guy who made it, but he ended up coming out and saying that his sales were completely botched by the fact that no one bought his game because they just watched like the few big streamers play it, and then that was it. So he actually pretty much the game was a complete waste of time, which is really at a point where you go, how do we stop that? And should we stop that?
Understand why, say, Persona would say get to a certain point, and then that would drive people to go, oh, well, I want to see what happens.
Exactly. Marketing may be on point to say that, let's get them in before the twists and turns really start delving in. Well, because they know where those twists are going to hit. But it's a shame because I didn't watch that game. I think that game would probably fuck me up, to be honest. It sounds depressing as fuck. But it sounded interesting. But yeah, a lot of people apparently didn't buy it and he was just one guy that made it about apparently his kid passed away and he made it to basically tell the story of that or put that in some sort of like digital medium. Yeah, exactly. It will fuck you up, but from what I hear. But at the same time, people just watched it on Twitch as it was a movie, and his sales were down. So it's one of those things. I'm blown away that somehow we've managed to. I guess what I'm trying to say, Matt, is do you think that there's a point where they're going to try and force games to be? Because I still think they're still trying to crack down more and more on music.
Yeah. Like maybe they'll have like I don't know. I feel like they could possibly bring out some sort of Twitch integration.
Wait, did I spoil? Hold on, someone just said, sorry, definitely said, well, I may have spoiled the game. Wait, is that the end of the game? You find that out? Because I feel like that's common knowledge. I haven't played the game, so hopefully I didn't spoil. If you're listening now,
want to play the game more.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. All right, anyway, sorry, mate. Yeah, what were you? Sorry, for a minute I freaked out. You're saying about. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I feel like possibly in the future you could have more and more of these games where they have like some sort of a Twitch integration, because a lot more games are having that sort of Twitch integration where it'll ask you, it'll get to a certain point, are you streaming this game or something, or you tick a box saying that you're streaming, and then it'll like just stop you from playing, or I don't know.
You reckon that's maybe what? Yeah, I mean, but then people are gonna try and tuck it into different things. I think you know what? I think people have done that. I think people have done that. They list certain games under different, totally different games, knowing that like people will stream under like some sort of Hello Kitty game or Barbie game, because they know that Twitch won't look there. I think that was what they were doing. Did you ever see for a while there was this little movement of people streaming porn on Twitch? Did you see any of that?
No, but that reminds me, there was. I sort of want to get this out as well.
Okay,
there was this dude that would go around and create new channels like fucking all the time, right?
Yeah.
Where he would just whip out his dick and he would just like fucking just like helicopter it and just like
on Twitch.
Yes, on Twitch.
What? Did you ever see him?
He had this like cult following of people who like, okay, so his account would be banned, and they're like, oh, fuck, okay, let's try to find his new account. So they'll be like jumping around like, fuck, where'd he go? All right, let's just start scrolling through all the like...
Holy shit. He's like just one of those, he's like the fuck around the pussy guy. You don't know when he was strike. Although, I don't know if you know about the fuck around the pussy guy. It turns out...
It's a host.
It's a host.
I can't even say the word.
I know, I was shocked too. How fucked is it? I found out only recently, dude. I've been living my life as him as my hero, and to find out that it was. Did you find out by seeing the incriminating footage of him doing the takes where he'd run in and grab the mic and go fuck around the put let's do that one again. I'll do that one again, and then the lady she'll laugh, and I'm like, wait a minute. If this was real, he wouldn't have to do multiple takes. Yeah. This means it's not real, as all the mathematics comes over my face. I like, you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. It was so well done. Like
everyone thought that it was so real that people started to imitate it.
Exactly, that's
in real
it.
Life.
Yeah. So really, in that being fake, because it came from that first video where the guy was like
in the hoodie. Yeah.
No. It was before that. The guy who started it wasn't the brainchild of the fuck around the pussy guy. It was the guy. It was that guy that was he made it look like he was a news anchor that he was going to be thrown to, and he's there going, yeah, I don't care what her age is or something like that, and he's like, yeah, and because it's supposed to look like he didn't realize that they'd already thrown to him.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I don't care. I'll fuck her. Fuck around the pussy. And that's when it first happened, but it wasn't the hoodie guy.
Oh, okay.
It was meant to, but people believed he was a real news anchor. They believed, but so he's that damn good at making like viral stuff, because I think he made it to then get viral to promote other shit. But then it was so popular, he ended up making getting a whole thing together. It was the hoodie guy runs in. So the hoodie guy, it wasn't actually his project. It was actually the original. So it's crazy.
It's so funny how something that started off as fake to make people believe that it was real turned into something real that people really do now.
Exactly. Yeah, they'd run. Like, these kids would run up and grab a mic and just say "fuck around the pussy," and like you could see like how much more infuriated the news anchors were IRL than the actual one that was set up. They would just like, because you can't make that shit up. Like they get visibly pissed off.
There's like compilations out there now.
Yeah, of like all the people do it.
Of this happening, like of all these different.
I'm surprised people still aren't doing it. I feel like it's kind of come and gone. It's like that meme. I'm surprised it wasn't one of those things that just forever went on and didn't escalate. And every time someone saw a news anchor, it was like you could not do it. News anchors living in fear. Actually, do they call them news anchors? But they're living in fear that any time they have to have barriers around them. They have to have bodyguards every time to stop the fuck around the pussy crowd from.
Well, it makes me wonder if they had anything like that set up, or if they just went, you know what, we've been getting it so much recently. Screw it, just stand in front of the green screen. We'll just pretend that we're there.
You're out. I'm surprised in the way they don't do that. I'm surprised in the way with today's technology they actually still go out on location. And do you know the thing that still blows my mind about when they cross to I'll have a conversation with someone like Ellie on Tuesday, who was on my show, a live conversation. She's in Canada. They'll cross to someone literally like down the street and they'll say, "So what's the scene look like down there, Jimmy?" And then they'll cut to him and he'll be like,
Yes.
Yeah, the scene down here is, and you're like, what the fuck? Are you sending this like carrier pigeon? Like, are you sending like a little like tape? Because then he takes the tape sound, puts in his little tape recorder, and he's got like earbuds, and he's like, oh yeah. Oh, that's what he's, okay, yeah. Send this back to him. Records another message. It's like,
but I've seen also, I don't know if you've seen, like, sometimes when they have like a video conference call or whatever on the news, like, I don't see it so much anymore, but for a while there, I think they were trying to beat that delay. So they had like a Skype logo up in the corner. And you're just like, dude, what are you doing? You're like, you can't even get rid of the fucking logo in the corner. Are you sponsored by Skype or what?
It's
like,
so dodgy. I just don't get how they haven't figured out. I was watching something I don't watch the news, but I watched something the other day and I was like, well, I haven't watched the news in how long? You boys still haven't figured this shit out? Like, we're doing Twitch streams over here, like live, instant conversations, and you're still like taking like a minute to hear.
To respond.
And it's so awkward, like when they're doing interviews with people and they're just like,
and they start talking over one another because they think they're finished and stuff. This happened to me recently, actually. When I was in Japan, I called someone back home just to, because I just wanted to talk to someone back home. Like, I miss home. It'd be nice to talk to someone back home and someone that knows my language as opposed to everyone here. And I rang up. It was like a Facebook call or something. So it was over the internet. And I had that delay. It was strange. I've never had that delay where I was talking and then I'd have to wait for them to like receive it. It was about like a second or two delay, but it totally ruined the conversation.
What were you talking to him on? What was the program? Because I would have thought
it was like just Facebook Messenger, like just over the phone. Like
that's
I just had
weird.
the phone.
It's like you don't really feel like that's an issue anymore. You feel like latency, just with like talking, is like a thing of the past. But obviously, it shows that the world's still got some work to do. Goodness me, I feel like I haven't referred to my notes at all. I feel like I haven't. The conversation is so easy. But you know what? One thing
What's some hard-hitting questions? Come on.
I got one for you. The hair. I want to talk about the hair for a minute.
Oh, the hair. Okay.
Now, I don't think you've ever had short hair on stream.
No, I haven't. Not on the stream.
I know. I know what you look like with short hair because you still have photos on your Instagram where you have short hair.
Yeah.
And it's a trip. It's a bit of a trip. Like people saying, me have no hair. It's like, what the fuck? Have you thought of cutting your hair? Like, is it? Because the only reason I ask is because I've obviously just cut my hair, and I have no opinion either way whether you should or shouldn't. But obviously, as another person that had long hair, it was like a big move for me. To cut it
you sort of hold on to it a bit, don't you?
Do you think?
Right?
Yeah. Like, has it been something like? Do you ever think of cutting it, or are you just like, fuck it? Like, I love my long hair.
Yeah, I don't think it would be such a big issue if like I could just grow it, within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It takes so long to grow, but then it takes a second to cut it off. And you can't undo that. No,
you got to wait. Like, I haven't cut my hair since 2013. You probably saw the transition on Instagram.
I didn't actually look at the dates. I just kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at the picture. I was like, wow, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I think it was 2013. But like this is like my hair like caps out. Like it won't get any longer than this. This is as long as it gets.
But you don't really have to cut it? It just stays?
No, yeah, it just stays this length, you know.
Oh, no
depending
way.
on how fast I am, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my hair was... I know it slowed down, but it never really hit like a limit.
Well, your hair like falls out naturally over time, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so you constantly.
So it just depends on everyone has a different rate of how often that their hair falls out, and I guess my hair falls out when it gets this long. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, hair's weird, dude. I don't know. You're lucky you still got like that nice hairline going on, because even I'm like getting that little bit of recession. I'm like, oh man, that's crushing me the hair game.
I don't think yours is that bad, man. Like, take the cap off.
It's not, but see, now I'm gonna have hat hair, so you can't really see it. But
I mean, I feel like
it's like
you're
there.
like you're like early 30s,
See,
right?
I can't hear you now because I took my headset off. I'm like, I can kind of hear you talking about like, oh, that's right, I can't fucking hear you. Yeah.
So you're like early 30s, right?
I'm turning 32 in September. Yeah.
I feel like that's. I don't know. I don't feel like that's bad at all. I'm
not freaking out at all about it. Only because I feel like, well, I've made it this far. Fuck it. Like I've got a wife. I'm married. I don't need her. I mean, I don't think she wants me being bald, but I think she'd probably be okay if it happened. You know what I mean? I
don't think the receding is that bad. It's when it starts to like really thin out, like throughout the scalp, is when it really becomes a problem. Yeah. Because like there's plenty of actors out there that have like receded hairlines, but they have like a full head of hair, and you don't even think about it. You don't even like blink an eye at it,
I think so of course, because I'm partially also bringing this up because it's been debunked, this whole thing, but obviously talking to Twitchy, I'd heard that heard, and obviously
I actually wanted to talk about that on this stream,
because I wanted to bring it up because I thought, well, I've got to get your point of view.
I tell you what, he gets carried away with himself sometimes.
Oh,
I think.
Twitchy, okay. All right. So we're hearing both sides of the story because a bit of background. I was listening, I'm pretty sure, to the stream when this happened, but Twitchy was talking about shaving his head. And I think you were encouraging him or saying if you did it, you would do it as well.
It's funny how this started because he started saying this. He started repeating this. Okay, this actually started a private conversation where me and him were intoxicated. Okay, me and him were very intoxicated, right? And we were sitting in my lounge room, and he was talking about because he speaks about his receding hairline all the time. Okay, I think he
that's why I brought it up on it because I was like, well, if he talks about, I figure anything's fair game if people publicly talk about it or tweet about it. That's when I'll bring something up on the podcast. He's probably like, fuck these guys talking about now though without me being with it.
So he's talking about, I'm just like, you just shave it off, and he was talking about how he wasn't keen to shave it off. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. And I said, okay, well, how about this? I tell you what, if I ever do shave my head, I tell you what, you gotta fucking do it too.
Okay.
If I do it with how long my fucking damn hair is, and how long it takes to grow back to this point, you gotta fucking do it, and we'll both be bald, okay? And he's like, I'm guessing maybe he didn't fully understand what I was saying. I think he might have thought it was a two-way street.
Yeah, right.
Because I feel like he's got less to lose than I do.
If he did it, then you had to do it. But it was really only if you did it, then he had to guarantee
I guess it was a bit of a dog act, but whatever. I feel like he's got less to lose.
There is definitely, there's definitely, it's a bit of a one-sided
Anyway,
deal.
He seemed keen and whatever. And then I remember him, like, I think we were doing a stream together where he was here. And I remember he brought it up on stream, and I'm like,
that's probably it.
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? What? I never said that. He's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, no, I said, if I shave my head, you got to shave yours, all right?
And he slowly puts the razor back in its case. He's like, shit, okay, fuck. I thought this was going to be a killer stream. Fuck. Speaking of like drunk interactions you and Twitchy have had, I hear there's I hear that's like a famous photo. Well, not famous. A photo floating around that's been talked about for a while.
Oh, yeah, I think I know the photo you're talking about. I don't think it's floating around.
No, I think it's not floating around. That's a good point. I think it's floating around between you and him.
Yeah.
where there's a little bit of pain action, apparently, a little bit of wiener action. With stuff like that, I don't think there's a single naked photo of me out there. Which is that's why I'm very curious, because I'm like, with something like that, are you ever worried that it's just going to get out one day and you're going to just...
Okay. Yeah, well, I actually have a plan. I actually have a fallback plan if anything like that does happen.
To say you got deep faked or something.
I would love to tell you my fallback plan off stream, but I can't.
Because it will fuck the fallback. Okay, okay. I understand that. Big respect to that.
But I don't know. Without going into that,
I would love to know this fallback plan.
I'll tell you off stream. I think I would sort of just chuckle at it and have a bit of a laugh, but because I haven't really had full body nude shots taken of me before that photo. It was just a sort of a drunk moment, and we were just mates, and we just went for a skinny dip. And we thought it would be funny, I think it was pretty funny,
it sounds funny,
and I mean, it is not an appealing photo to look at. Like, it is not a nice photo to look at. We're both out of shape. It's not like we're both sitting there with six packs and rock solid chub.
Maybe that photo needs to be released as like, it would. Guys would be like, oh, I can just be me now. You know what I mean? You know how there's like women that are starting to like, it's like we don't want stick thin like skeletal models. We're wanting plus size, more voluptuous women, so other women can feel confident. What about us guys? We're seeing ripped dudes all day, every day. Where's the bloody dad bod?
I don't know, man. I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like women are a little bit less judgmental when it comes to men, like, say, in the dating world. So I feel like we get, a little bit... Yeah. We don't get as much slack. So, like, a woman's more likely to go out with a fat dude than, say, a dude's more willing to go out with a fat chick. Not to say that fat chicks don't get dates, but I feel like men judge
there
women.
Are a lot more very picky men out there. A lot more men that just seem to have it's not even that any type of body type. I'm not trying to be even like politically correct. It's really there is no right or wrong body type. I think there's unhealthy body types. But I always have come down to the point where that's their life. It doesn't affect me. If something affects me, then sure. But their health, I don't always know why people care so much. I guess the whole thing is maybe they're thinking it sets an example for their kids, a bad example, and it makes them think that unhealthy is okay. I don't know,
like personally for me, like I have a certain, I have a certain, I don't want to say body type, but I have a certain thing that I'm attracted to, right?
Yeah,
if you don't meet those requirements, then it's too bad. Whether it's fucking right or wrong to fucking believe in, too bad that I just do not find you attractive. That's the end of the story. Like, I'm not going to date you or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's like
but I think people get caught up in it a little bit too much, where they're like, how... we should be more accepting of certain body types and whatever, and that's fine. That's great, but you can't force someone to.
It's like when they're saying accepting,
to accept your body type and date you because your feelings are going to get hurt if they don't.
Because when they say accepting, like what are they saying? Like what do you think they're saying when people say more accepting? Like other than the dating scene and the romantic scene, when are people really not accepting? Like, what are there other situations where people don't get jobs, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess there probably are, but I'm trying to think of like, is that what they're saying? It's like what part of accepting? But I think a lot of people are fighting back on like the movement of like, praising bigger people because of how unhealthy it is, and they don't want to promote that lifestyle as being acceptable.
Yeah,
because
it's
a health
pretty
risk.
Strange because it didn't really start off as that. Like everyone knew everyone just knew that it was healthier to be skinnier and whatnot. But and then it started, going through this transition of you should like accept bigger women or bigger people in general. And you're right, it's really gone back where it's like I think there was like a Q&A. The show Q&A on ABC.
I don't watch it, but I know.
There was one where they were talking about the struggle of obesity in Australia, and there were like these really big women on there who were advocating for being any body size and being happy with your weight. But there were a lot of good points where, you had doctors saying, well, you can be happy with your weight. That's fine. But, are you really happy with being unhealthy?
Yeah.
Because this is affecting you, whether you like to admit it or not. We have the fucking evidence here to show that this shit is killing you. Like, I don't know.
Honestly, dude, it actually does terrify me. I mean, I'm not a health expert in any way, but bro, I have nights where I feel like I've got heart palpitations and I'm like the most unhealthy motherfucker. I have like a bit of, I have a bit of a gut.
Heart palpitations. Jesus, we're going to lose Matty?
Well, I bloody hope not. I pray you go. But you know what I mean? Like drink too much caffeine or something. Or I don't eat that healthy. And I think sometimes like we do mistake sometimes health for just being like what's on the outer appearance, because honestly, you could be like the skinniest motherfucker and still be, I worked with a guy, right? And he was skeletal. He was borderline anorexic, which is so weird.
Yeah.
Yet he didn't. He was like, I'm a small dude. I'm like, well, as I get older, it's catching up with me. But like, I'm like pretty slender. This dude like made me feel like I was a giant. Like I felt like the Hulk next to him, which is super weird. Felt good. I know it's unusual. Because obviously a guy wants to be fucking the Hulk at some point. But at the same time, you look at him and be like, god damn, how are you functioning? Like he had
not healthy either. Yeah,
no meat on his body at all. Like he was just pretty much like he was very, very like veiny. You see bones in parts, you see muscles, but it was very elongated kind of shit.
Yeah.
But then every lunchtime, he'd pretty much skip morning tea, and then every lunchtime he'd have a bowl of Coke. Nothing wrong with a bowl of Coke. I'm not trying to flame your favorite brand, but a bowl of full strength Coke with sugar. Oh, hold on here, but like, and a chocolate bar. That's all he'd eat for the whole day. And it's crazy that like that. It seems like he lived off a diet of just trash, chocolate bars and Coke, like sugar, pretty much. And but the thing is, he wasn't fat. So it's like on the other side of the coin.
Like that's a lot of. It comes down to, like, I think a lot of diets come down to portion control as well. Like you can lose a lot of weight by eating shit.
Yeah.
But not eating as much
shit.
It's funny
because
like you order a double cheeseburger with large fries. Maybe next time order a double cheeseburger with small fries, and you might lose a little bit of weight if you keep ordering that.
Yeah, well, portions are a big thing, dude. But it's one of those things. It's like just because you're skinny though, or just because you don't have a lot of fat on you, doesn't mean you're healthy. That guy was like so unhealthy, but he was like an alcoholic. He smoked a packs a day. Like he was fucked. Like he had some issues, dude. He was and he worked in my job back then, which was landscape maintenance, which was like nothing but a physical job. Yeah. So it was
burning all those calories off anyway.
It was the weirdest shit, dude.
Yeah.
And that really opened my eyes to the fact that you can be unhealthy in all different respects. Like, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know how we got onto that, but I like that topic. That's good. Good questions, good answers, Matt.
I'm fine with just talking the shit. Like I love shooting the shit.
No, 100%. I feel like, honestly, the stuff that I've got here, we just naturally like
bump into
about.
it. Yeah,
which is really good. But I want to make sure I don't. Oh yeah. I want to talk about this is actually a big one. This is the one I thought about in the shower last night. I had everything written out. I was washing my naked body, and I was thinking about what I could ask you while cleansing my filth. And this one really, like, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I was missed this. You for a while transitioned over to you're like, wait, what? To Mixer.
Yes, no, sort of.
But that, I know it was like a very small thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I am curious to know about that very short journey into the world of like another platform. Because do you want to know a little secret? I did it too.
Oh, really?
I did one stream on Mixer.
Oh, you only did one?
I did one.
For one?
I know. No one came in. I was like, "Fuck this platform. Better off on Twitch." So I went back to Twitch. This was a long time ago. Yeah. This was, and the reason I did it is the reason a lot of streamers do it. I mean, look, Mixer people fucking hate people when they say this. I'll probably get death threats after this.
Oh,
but for
shit.
the longest time, I felt like Mixer was just a dumping ground. Please don't fucking flame me. A dumping ground.
Oh, really?
Is
that how you felt about it?
Honestly?
I did.
For Twitch streamers, I got banned. or Twitch rooms that maybe couldn't cut it on Twitch. But I feel like a lot of people that got banned on Twitch were like, well, off to Mixer. I feel like when people get banned now, they go to YouTube because they're like, well, if I get banned on here, I'll probably get banned on Mixer. I'll just go to YouTube where they let shit slide a bit more, which they don't, which is weird. But for me, I went across because I felt like I wasn't cutting it on Twitch. And I thought, fuck, maybe I've got more chance on a small platform that I can grow on. But it very quickly made sense to me that there's less streamers, but there's also just less viewers. So it really just weighs the fuck out. Yeah.
And I feel like you got to really raise the bar for some of your content over on Mixer as well if you want to make it.
You reckon?
Because I feel like there's a few streamers on there that like do get sizable audiences, and they're really, I mean, when we say sizable, it's sort of like the shit that we would get averagely on Twitch.
Right. Yeah, they don't get the ninjas or the summits and kind of viewership.
Yeah.
Do people get that kind of shit? Do people crack like the 20,000s plus?
No way, man. No. I think the most I've ever seen is like, I don't know, a few hundred.
Yeah, right. Because I'm also going to bring up some other. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But like, so you did one stream, you didn't like it. I saw it completely differently though.
Okay.
I went over there and streamed. Well, back then you were allowed to stream to 2 different platforms at once. So I would stream to Twitch and Mixer at the exact same time.
Oh, you do it at the same time? Did you ever do a Mixer exclusive, or was it always at the same time?
Well, we'll get to that. But
okay.
Well, I would stream at the same time. I had the chat like linked up so that like
must have been fucking brutal, dude. I don't know how you managed that. Chat gets away from me on one platform, let alone trying to manage 2, and then knowing. I think I have only once ever seen one person where I guaranteed knew they were doing 2 chats at once. Yeah, and it was just a shit show. How'd you handle it? Was it?
Well, yeah. This is the thing, right? Like I had somewhat of an audience on Twitch already, and I was gaining traction on Mixer. Like it was nothing. Like it was probably like 5 viewers or something. Like which is not nothing, but like compared to what I was on Twitch, it was like it wasn't the same. It was like fucking 1/4 of what I was getting. So the problem was that my audience, I felt like I was starting to lose viewers because my audience was divided, where I had people watching me on Twitch and people watching me on Mixer, and they knew that I was streaming on both of these platforms, and it was sort of like Twitch against Mixer.
Okay. Did people get a bit brutal about it? Was there like a real?
No, not really, but like it's pretty daunting when someone comes into the chat, right, for the first time, right, on Twitch, right, and then they just see this bot spamming the chat, but it's like all the people from Mixer like typing, because you need something to like relay the chat over onto Twitch so that people on Twitch know what's happening.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw on the other stream. Yeah, it shows. Yeah, because then it's not so weird for you to just be answering random questions.
To all these random shit.
To someone that's not there. Yeah, I did see that, and it tripped me the fuck out. It's a weird. Yeah. But that wouldn't exist now, would it? Because you're not allowed to. Yeah, like it's kind of made it.
You can, but affiliates and partners can't do it. Okay, so if you're not affiliated, you can do it.
So pretty much no one can do it. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided to stop doing that, and I thought, fuck it, I'll just keep streaming on Twitch because that seems to be, where my audience is headed. And I just said, see you later to Mixer, sort of.
Yeah.
Sometimes I went to this little phase where I'd stream like a couple of days a week on Mixer, and every now and again I still go back to Mixer just because I like the whole. Sometimes I feel like I become a bit too comfortable on Twitch with my audience, and like I rely too much on these regulars just to come into my stream and watch me, whether I'm entertaining or not, just because they like me or I'm friends with them, and they'll come in and that doesn't necessarily mean that the content that I'm doing is good. Yeah, it's just they come back to what they know.
So you like that feeling of having to, like, almost that feeling of hustling from the start again, in a way, like right, makes you feel alive.
Yeah, so every now and again I still stream on Mixer.
Do people do you have people on there that essentially know who you are and come in?
Not really. Like every now and again, like I'll have someone going and like, I remember you, but I can't remember anything about you because it was such a long time ago. Like it's basically like I have to gain this person's viewership
okay.
again, like build them up again, But I like doing that every now and again. I think it gives you like a reality check.
Yeah.
That maybe you're not as good as what you fucking think you are,
Yeah, wow, powerful. I mean, that's what I got with when I went, even though I was already kind of at a point when I went to Mixer where I already felt like I was kind of struggling. I probably changed a game or something. And I think came back from a long ass break, which is typical me. Expecting that to have like shit tons of people adoring me and coming back, but of course not, because that's not how the internet works. But I thought, fuck it, this is the perfect time to make a change. Mixer's on the rise. I'm gonna give that a shot. And Mixer, I think they've done a lot to it now, but I found it a little bit confusing. Especially I think when it was Beam, maybe when it was Beam. I think that's what it was before Microsoft.
Yeah, it was. Mixer. Beam.pro or something. I think it was called.
And it was just a bit of a hot mess with the layout and everything. And those motherfuckers love PUBG. Like, I don't know if it's the same still over there. It's probably Apex. I feel like PUBG was dead in the water, and PUBG was always like the big thing that they were promoting over there. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I went over, it's like PUBG tournament on Mixer, and I'm like, what the fuck? These guys like. I don't know. It was just random.
They had a lot of things going for them though. Like
they tried to do events and shit. I'm pretty sure
they brought out shit that like was not even happening on Twitch. Like they still have less latency than Twitch. Like they have streams where there's no latency whatsoever.
But do you think
something happened? It just happened on the stream.
Do you think that's sexy enough of a marketing pool to get people to be interested in the regular Twitch streamer? I was going to say streamer, but streamer would probably be
not so much because Twitch has cut down on it. Yeah, I think Twitch has cut down on its latency quite a bit, but I think when that was a new thing, that was like, holy shit, what do you mean? Like as soon as something happens, as soon as my chat comes in, I know that he's
that's fucking wild. That is some wild,
especially people who want to like be interactive streamers or want to be interactive with the streamer themselves.
Yeah. It's so funny because so many streamers that do competitive though, they're pushing to put like delays on their streams now so people don't.
They purposely delay their stuff.
It's like, can you imagine real time, like on the split second you're doing shit? People will stream snipe the shit out of you. So obviously that's for conversation it's great though. People come in and ask me what my delay is sometimes. I'm like, what delay? Because I'm like 10 minutes behind. Worst feeling ever. And someone came into me the other day. I think it was Rowie. You know Rowie, the streamer. Right?
Yeah. Came
in. He's like, bro, you should go and there's a thing that's like low latency. Go into your settings and click that. And I was like, it ain't. It's
already ticked. Yeah.
That's not the low. It's not the low latency, my dear. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm just a shit streamer. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think Mixer has a chance? Like, do you think Mixer's going to die off? Do you think it's got its place? I know a few people have gone to Mixer and they say it's great. They love it.
I still like it because I think the community over there. Sorry, Twitch, but it's better. Like,
whoa. No. Look, I've heard that.
Like, people are a lot nicer, and they'll man. I don't think Twitch is as bad as what it used to be now. But I remember there was a time on Twitch where people would just go into streams just to troll endlessly. Like, I would guarantee get a few trolls every
day. Yeah, every day.
I don't see that as much anymore. I don't know whether
it is.
I don't know.
People. Do you know what I think? I think as streaming becomes more commonplace, people are learning how to deal with it more. There's more people, that really just preach, just ignore it. Just fucking don't say anything about it, and the trolls will leave. I think people are starting to get it. I watched this young lady the other night. She's a Australian streamer. I won't say who it is because I barely know who she is.
Okay.
Look, I won't deny this shit was entertaining. You can't deny sometimes the trolling. I've never trolled someone. Yeah. I've never trolled someone.
I have.
Oh,
but I don't do it to like where I'm like, this is going to hurt this person's feelings.
Yeah. You do it for a bit of a meme, bit of a cheeky.
Yeah,
meme.
I sort of like try to fool them about something. It's like something that'll go over the top of their head or whatever. But I'll never be like, fuck you ugly cunt,
I know,
I'll
that's like
that.
It's when they start like just going after like, like the Reddit, like you were saying, like, or what was it, the Twitch fails kind of
filthy nails.
The filthy nails, bro. It's such a weird thing. People on the internet get triggered by nails. I was watching a YouTube video where, like he put this whole big serious conversation about something and all the comments just was about how long his nails were. That's all it was. And I was like, wow. And then he had to make a whole nother video. He had to make a whole nother video video just about his nails. Yeah, it was that guy that kid that always wears the suits with slick back hair, the review guy. Review of the week.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, he had to fucking make a video about his nails because everyone wouldn't leave him alone about it in one video. Yeah, anyway. Shit, what was I just saying before that though with the thing? Oh, the young lady I've been watching a bit here and there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She streams super late, so for me who is I usually just chuck her on, like not always, but just every now and then. She's one of the only people on. Chuck her on. Not a big fan of the content. It's fine. She's not like one of those ones that, there's some people that put on a bit more of a thing to entertain. Then there's some people that really just stream just to be on it, and they just I think she's kind of newer. She pulls a good number, like maybe 30 or so people. It's a good time.
Okay. Yeah.
And she got trolled hard, dude. And I couldn't help but want to watch more often from that point on.
What were they saying? What was
it? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. That's but she did, and I haven't. The thing is, I guess the point I'm saying is I haven't seen someone get so triggered by trolling that was a harmless trolling for so long. Because I've pretty much nowadays, all you see when you see someone get trolled, what do you see? You see them maybe just get the person get banned without the streamer even saying anything. Streamer will have to say, ban them, like say, fuck off, and then ban them. But do you ever really see people these days get like turned up about a troll? Like rarely ever on Twitch, right? It's so rare to see it. But I guess she's not been on Twitch for that long, and she just it was the weirdest thing. So what happened? Some guy was making accounts over and over, but they were fine. They were just like, hey, looking great. Blah, blah, blah. That was the account name. It's just stupid. And you knew it was like the same person over. It was just making an account. And she kind of was like fine with it. She's like, very nice. But she got into this conversation about wanting to get a new gaming PC because she's on a kind of trash PC. And she said, oh yeah, I've got friends that said I can make a like mid-level gaming PC for $6,000. Obviously, record scratch. Everyone's like, 6,000? Are you fucking out of your mind? Like, and the people she's playing Apex were like, whoa, you can get a gaming PC for like a high-end gaming PC for like half the price of that if you do your research. And she was like, okay, well, it's not Toxic Tina. So we had a troll once called Toxic Tina that came by, and our community got her banned, and then she came back when she got unbanned and apologized, and her name didn't have toxic in it anymore. She was like, so we're calling her Reformed Tina. But then her Twitch chat started not trolling, just like saying, oh no, yeah, you can get like a PC for half the price. And she's like, I don't care. I don't know. Right? This is what my friends thought. But then people started going, I think your friends are scamming you, because I think they thought that her friends were selling her the PC. But she's like, they're not scamming me. They're my friends. And she's doing the hand thing, the fucking like, I'm getting frustrated. Upset. Like, they're not scamming me. Like she's like, they're my friends. I know them. They wouldn't do that. But she got really like offended. So then this guy who was making the accounts started making new accounts of saying, your friends are scamming you. And that was like the name. And she was ready to flip a fucking table, dude. Like the fire in hers. She's like, they're not scamming me. Like fucking losing their shit. And I could not believe it. I'm thinking.
But there are some streamers out there. There are some streamers out there that do that on purpose to get like they react like that on purpose to get an audience. There was that streamer Brittany Venti.
Yes.
I think it's his name. Where that whole thing was a sham. Like she was not upset at all.
She's an actor, yeah. But every day she'd be like, stop, like yelling in a mic.
Yeah. And she would fake cry on stream and everything. But now she does YouTube videos where she roasts people. She tears people to shreds. It's not the same person. Like you can tell that she's with it.
It's smart, man. It's almost like I think sometimes being like a relatable person, a real person, is good. But god damn, some of the characters you could just play. What's up, Biotech Rocky? I think she did get banned.
Yeah, I think she's on YouTube
now. Yeah, like a lot of the edgy clown.
But I think she actually makes YouTube videos now.
Yeah,
like where she does like call out videos.
It's so funny you bring her up, because I hadn't heard a single thing about her until probably yesterday. Like I had, but not for a long time. I guess because you're not on Twitch anymore. I don't know. I just hadn't heard anything about her. But yes, I saw a photo of her. I think someone retweeted it, and I was like, I haven't seen this young lady for quite some time. And then it's weird how that works, because then a day later, you bring her up. I'm like, there you go. It's like almost like she's making a comeback. But it's just random how that works. But I don't know. Yeah, you know, I don't think that's what this, because Brittany Venti, she lent like into that pretty much non-stop. Yeah, like it was pretty much the whole show was just her. I didn't really, but it was pretty much
on like purpose.
And she was encouraging the trolling to get upset. It was the shtick. Whereas this girl is definitely not that, which is
like
why
you could actually see her emotionally being upset.
Like she was really frustrated. She's like, "Look, I don't know. That's what they told me." And $6,000, like, I don't know, that they said that's a good mid-level PC, and people are like, mid-level, you could buy NASA with that, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like a mid-level
You're buying
PC
the NVIDIA prototype for graphics card.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting them before they launch, like 10 years ahead of the curve. It's just crazy, and I just think, and in my mind, I wanted to say, just ignore them, they'll go away, but you don't want to be that guy in chat. Like telling people, so you just like, and you know, but it comes around to the point that it is a little bit entertaining as well. But it was harmless. They weren't saying anything malicious to her, and she was choosing to get really upset over it. But of course, because of her getting upset, I think it made people start going, "Oh, she's getting triggered," and it's such a harmless thing. So people lent into it more in the chat and that, like I said, the guy moved from making nice usernames about her to saying your friends are scammers, PCs don't, and then a username was like your PCs don't cost $6,000, and it was just stuff like that. But she got like, and she was like, "Stop!" Like, and I was like, "Is this a joke?" So it's weird. It's weird.
Whereas if she played that off and she was just like, "Oh, you guys."
She's like, no, I just want the best of the best. 6,000. Yeah. And like, but I think it caught her so off guard. She just threw that number out, I think, or something. And she just didn't want to backtrack on it. And I think she felt like people were claiming, like in her mind, I guess if we analyze this, in her mind, she probably felt like people were then thinking she was stupid. And she's like, I don't want them to think I'm stupid. So in her mind, she probably overanalyzed it in an instant. Was like, people are saying I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. I want to. So she like, she stuck to a word. And like she want to backtrack, it was.
Yeah, that's a mid tower for me. Like, you know, the best of $10,000. Oh, that's nothing to me.
Oh, did I say mid range for peasants? No, I said mid range for me. All right, yeah, 3,000 peasant mid range. All right, yeah, I want to be able to time travel with this motherfucker. Okay, just you stick with your Apex and Fortnite. I'll see you in year 3,000, bitch. She didn't say any of that though. She just kind of fucking got triggered. I'm sure if you went in today and said that, she'd probably implode. I actually want to ask you. Oh no, I wanted to steal on the subject of other. Have you heard of that new there's a new streaming platform on the block, D Live, the most unsexy fucking name. Most. I think it's D Live. The most unsexy name. What's your thoughts on the name? D Live.
D Live?
It's literally, it's dlive.tv.
I just Googled it and Deliveroo came up.
Well, it turns out the website's already been shut down. It's just the most unsexy name, dude. I think it's been up since like late last year.
I can't even dude, this is a terrible name because I'm Googling it and it's not even coming up.
It almost looks like if the URL is Delive. Like it's DLive.
What is it? .co or something?
No, .tv. Yeah. So it's just DLIVE.tv. And I found this the other day. I think I saw someone say something about streaming on Twitter. Yeah, that's the one. DLive TV. And I went in and the person that had the most views at the time. I mean,
okay. I'm like misspelling it. Never mind.
The top. Oh, you wait. How do you misspell D? Anyway.
I thought it was like DE Live.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and how much worse is this from that? It's just D Live.
And this is what everyone's streaming on now.
Well, no, apparently not, because the top streamer has 29 viewers. That's the top. Which is so weird because I actually unfollowed. You know how I was saying recently someone said something on Twitter and I just unfollowed them instead of getting triggered.
Yeah.
That person, weirdly enough, Australian streamer, was on here on D Live. When I checked it out, I was like, I'll just go see what it's all about from this Twitch thing.
Oh, really?
And they were the top streamer, and they're not a top streamer on Twitch. They're like they're like they do okay, but they're not a top streamer. They're on here with like 29-ish views, like this person has. And they were like a god on this website. They were like...
They got like partners and stuff on this website already, huh?
They were the ninja on this website. You know what I mean? They were the fucking ninja. And it's like, do you see any... Wait, how do we know if they're verified? Someone said, oh yeah, the tick.
They got little ticks next to them.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you think about is it worth trying new platforms that come up as they come up and inevitably will come up to try and, because we know Twitch is going to be hard to beat, dude. No matter what people do, the viewership is there. It doesn't matter about how many people come to stream on a new platform.
Yeah, but like if you think about it, it's happened before on different platforms. Like Apple Music was, well, it's still huge, right? But then Spotify came along and went, "Fuck you!" Like it just absolutely.
Wait, did you say Apple Music was first?
Well, it was one of the first major places you could buy online music, right?
Oh, you mean like iTunes and now they're because iTunes? Because iTunes was like, they bought it, and now Apple Music's like the streaming service. And I think Apple Music came out after Spotify.
Yeah, but like you could. I remember, like I don't have any Apple Music or anything like that, but I remember iTunes when that was a thing, and I would buy music on there.
Yeah, same.
Then I heard about Spotify, and I'm like, oh. $10 a month, like I'm probably spending more than that on iTunes by buying this music that, that I can only listen to one album at a time. But with Spotify, I can listen to whatever I want. $10, holy shit! And like nobody thought that like this company out of nowhere could just come along and just take over like that. But
yeah, that's true. That is true. And Spotify, what the fuck is a Spotify? It has no other company attached to it. It's not like it's not like Google Spotify. You know what I mean? Like it's a Spotify. Yet you're right. So in saying that, that's an excellent analogy of a small. I mean, I don't know who Spotify is owned by, but I feel like they're not owned by anyone essentially big like Google or Amazon.
Yeah.
So
who's to say that there's some streaming platform that might come along that might like introduce some new feature that we've never even thought of before that is just a next new big thing.
Well, have you heard of a really popular new one? Okay, it's not that popular. I've actually checked it out, but it's had one person streaming on it. Have you heard of Plexstorm?
What?
Plexstorm, the hottest, and I mean the hottest news. Okay, just be careful when you're opening it. Just be careful if you're not over 18. Don't don't open it if you're over 18. I should preface quickly.
No, it actually says this stream is not safe for work.
Yeah, they've made that, I think, at the moment. Plexstorm is essentially an adult gaming streaming service.
Oh my god, I'm signing up for that.
So you can see some. Okay, I'm not joking. I saw someone fucking putting a dildo in their asshole. I'm not even kidding. Right next to them on the thumbnail was just some fat guy playing a retro game just on his couch. How weird is that shit?
This is a market I need to get into.
Because
I actually thought about a long time ago, and I never ended up doing it. It was just something on the back burner. But doing a Chatterbait stream.
Really?
Yeah. But it wasn't me like getting nude or anything like that. It was just me doing a regular stream on Chatterbait where I'm like playing a video game.
How many people do you reckon have done that? Do you reckon people have done that before?
I'm surely someone's done it before, right? But yeah, I've never heard anyone that had done it before. So I thought, fucking.
Do you reckon they ban people off Chatterbait for that? Do you reckon because you know how like
you get banned for not being nude?
Exactly. That's the moral kind of thought I'm having is, should you ban someone on something like Chatterbait for not jerking off? Because
I would actually. I had a viewer of me.
Says must be jerking off.
I had a viewer of mine that was. I think I was talking to him because I'm good friends with him. I was talking to him about Chatterbait or something like that.
Yeah.
One of the sites, whatever. They're all the same. And he actually introduced me to this lady that he watched, and it was basically just like an IRL stream where she would just chat on stream about whatever. It was just like a normal, average IRL stream, and every now and again, she might slip a nipple, and that was it. But it was just like a normal stream.
But you know what? That people wait for that shit. What was this on? What platform did you say? It's not on Twitch, obviously, because doing that.
Yeah, I think it was on. It might have been Chatterbait. It was just one of those, cam girl sites.
Because I swear, some people on Twitch hang out for that shit. They're waiting for a titty to come out.
It was really funny though because I was watching. I'm like, God damn,
What's happened?
Mine. Like she has a much better setup than mine. I was jealous over her
Listen to
setup.
that audio fidelity. Shit.
I know, she had really nice camera, really nice lighting.
You
she
can
had
really
nice
hear the
audio.
moisture. Yeah. So.
No, she never showed her flower. She never showed her flower.
Okay, she's a
That's what she
proper
called it.
proper woman.
Yeah.
Wait, you go deep on this. No pun intended. That she's you seem to okay. So she's like your fave, like she's like your top like
Female streamer. Oh, she's my favorite female.
over there. It's like men are like, give us equality. Give us equality. We're fighting for equality. Watch more of us. I think they do that on Twitch anyway. See, that's the thing on Plexstorm, dude. It's like when they started it, it didn't seem to be advertised as like a pornography site. That's why I went to it. I would have kind of not really delved in it because I thought that would have been just weird and not really, I don't know. I went to it innocently at like a child, just looking for more wonder and excitement of a new platform. All of a sudden I'm seeing people fisting themselves. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Next to some guy there was a guy on there. He would have weighed like 200 kilos, so overweight. He got banned on Twitch. So he went to Plexstorm. He's on Plexstorm, sitting on a couch, just trying to make his way, trying to talk about how like he got banned off Twitch and now he's trying this new Plexstorm thing. And people are like, there's someone jerking off right next to you, right? Like in the next stream over. There's this naked chick there. Like, and he's like, yeah, look, I don't care. I'm just trying to make this work. And it's like, holy shit. Like, it's like a lot of people didn't quite realize that it wasn't really a gaming site. It was just a live Cambiel site disguised as a gaming site because gaming is the biggest industry. I
feel like that could actually like maybe work to some people's favors, right? Because you get some guy that wants to go jerk off. So he goes to Plexstorm. He finishes what he does, and he's like, "Well, I'm not interested anymore. I'm done."
Exactly.
What else is on?
Well, exactly. So, but that's the thing.
Oh, who's this guy?
They're there with a bowl of cereal, like, "Hi, shit, yeah, this is okay." Yeah, and he's like getting all like the really relaxed, just chilled out dudes. Like they don't even want to troll. They don't give a fuck. He can say whatever he wants. They're just like, yeah, dude, I'm chill, baby. You do your thing. You just talk. I'm just gonna sit here, relax, have my cigarette, and just lie.
I gotta favorite this. Thank you very much for
enjoy my child. Go forth and do my bidding. Yeah, dude, it's a weird fucking platform, man. But good luck to him. Because the thing was, me and two other friends. I won't call them, man, because they're like, Okay. But we would hang out like on. Oh, actually no, a couple of us even we'd hang out on Discord like almost every night for a while there. And we'd have just every so often we'd be like, let's check what's going on Plexstorm just to see like what weird shit's on there because there's some weird fucking shit. We had something called dinner plates on there. Don't ask what that's all about. But yeah, just it was the same people every time because you have to you can't just stream on it either. You can't just start a stream up. You have to apply. Which I find super weird for a site that just because
so what do they ask for you? Like your name, address, phone number?
I don't know. But what are they trying to keep out at that point?
Maybe it's probably identification in case you do want to show your body on stream.
In case like an
underage over 18, right?
Underage person and then people don't know and it's a big shitstorm and
I'm pretty sure
they got to watch themselves when it comes to
I'm pretty sure you got to do the same thing on all other cam sites. You have to have proof of identity before.
Right, really? Okay, yeah. I mean, that makes sense because it could be a complete legal mess, which almost is like, why would they bother? But I guess they're like, hey, well, we know that.
They don't want to promote underage.
No, and it's like they know that on Twitch, like the cam girl kind of influx, which I'm not saying is good or bad. I actually have no fucking issue with it because I figure, people say, they're still my viewers. It's like, well, are they though? Because those guys, they wouldn't probably be on Twitch otherwise. If they were, they wouldn't be watching you, dude. Yeah, they're not going to watch your content. And but at the same time, you go, but then if there's so much of that, would there have been a chance if they were scrolling down the list, they would have actually gone past the first.
I actually had
three lines of just chatting streamers.
I had a female streamer actually talk to me about this, and I sort of got her perspective of it. And I'm just paraphrasing, but she, she's a pretty attractive streamer, and she doesn't go for this whole titty cam thing, whatever you want to call it, right? She would just sit in sweatpants and play The Legend of Zelda or something like that on her stream, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell that she's invested in these video games. She likes the video games, and she's not really interested in all that other crap. And she's really opposed to titty streaming.
Okay.
And she said because it affects her, because she will have guys come and be like, "Oh, look at you, you titty streamer. You know, you're good for nothing. You're only good, because you look good. You don't even care about video games." So she will get people harassing her, and it's not even I feel like there's a difference between trolling and just this harassment that she would get. Yeah. As to the point where she's like, I fucking hate. Yeah. I hate these streamers that do this stuff. It was something that I wouldn't have even thought about until she brought it up and told me.
Yeah, shit. It's not us that's really should be complaining. Yeah, it's the fucking dudes on there on Twitch that are getting the wrong idea of the website and they're getting all fired up and it's just giving them a misconception of what women on Twitch are about.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Okay, yeah. I mean that's a real other side of the coin kind of scenario, isn't it? Do you think?
Yeah, it made me rethink it because I don't know. I'm still sort of in the boat where I'm like, oh, I don't care if there's these girls that do whatever, because I don't know. Why can't everyone just do what they want? In their own stream, you know? I now I understand her side of the her story, but at the same time I still got to say, well, I don't know, people can stream whatever they want and they're always going to have a viewership for that. And I don't know,
and I think honestly naturally guys and this is no fucking attack on women at all, it's not attack on anyone, but guys just naturally are going to be driven to a female stream. Not saying that undermining any of their work, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But us as guys, there's a male race, just will see a nice looking girl in a thumbnail and be like, oh, okay, see what this is about. And you will sometimes notice you'll be watching a female streamer. She won't be, in any way doing anything sexualized or dressed in any way that, is trying to get any attention or whatnot.
I've caught myself out doing this shit where I'll be watching a streamer, right, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, she's pretty entertaining and whatever, and then she'll mention the fact that she's got a boyfriend or some shit, and I'm like, oh,
bro, that's a big thing at the moment. That women are posting up on Twitter that they're saying, when they say it's happened a few times, even on Instagram, they'll say as soon as they post a photo of their boyfriend, then they post another thing on their story or on Twitter going, wow, I just lost
I think it's a real but it's been like a reality check for me. I'm like, fucking hell, Jesus, man, calm down. It's not like every chick that you watch wants to fuck you. God.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, obviously I don't think like that only because I've just been married for so long. I just don't.
Oh yes.
No, I really don't.
I believe you.
Yeah. No. Well, what's with the tone then, huh? What's with the tone? No, I just don't. I appreciate a good-looking woman, of course, like anyone does. As Tay would appreciate a good-looking man, and probably be like, fuck yeah. And I even appreciate a good-looking man. I feel like I'm confident enough to be like, that guy is fucking hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a point where I kind of go, well, it's Twitch, and marriage does that to you, 100%. It kind of conditions you where you're like, it's done, the deed is done. But you hear about it a lot, and I think it's crazy though that people do seem to follow, people, not saying you're a creeper or anything, but I'm just saying it's funny that people do seem to follow people with this romantic idea of maybe if I play my cards right, she'll be mine.
Oh, that's a good Kevin Rudd laugh too.
Mum's back. Really? Is that a Kevin Rudd? Wait. You have to send me
Did you ever watch Rove McManus where like they do that Kevin Rudd spoof thing? And then that was.
I remember watching Rove live and whatnot, but okay, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, that was like the imitation of Kevin Rudd's laugh.
Holy shit. Bro, politicians are fucked. Let's be real. Oh god. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like these dudes are in their mum's basement and they're just, it's like, do you think we're losing a grip on reality of like, honestly, I mean, this is like, I know it sounds like such a typical like deep
No, yeah,
like, yeah, what's a good way to ask?
We hear about what's happening in Japan, right?
No, fill me in.
Where you've got all these, where the birth rate is declining because these men are not pursuing women like they used to, because they're they'd rather have a virtual girlfriend or a pillow or whatever, you know.
Or a pillow.
Or, you know, one of those anime pillows or whatever.
Do people actually substitute those? They're not just like a nighttime fuck it once, like I'm assuming dudes.
I mean, dude, I'm sure there's dudes out there that like think that pillow is their girlfriend.
Well, you see the ones. Have you seen the clip of like? There's a few out there, but like they'll have like a realistic dummy that they just carry around. They're like, Jenny and I are going out to the markets today. She loves purple flowers.
Yeah,
we're actually talking about last night in bed, weren't we, Jenny? You know what I mean? And just like,
what's wrong? Yeah,
she's not. You know, she's not real, right? Like,
yeah.
And he's like, "Honey, okay, you're falling over a bit. You're tipsy. You're drunk. You know." And you're just like, "You bitch ain't real." Like, I'm sorry.
People take him out on dates and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen someone in that scenario where they're
not in public? No.
You've never seen someone IRL?
No.
I would love to see it. That. I would love to see it.
I haven't even IRL. Seen. I have you seen those real dolls or whatever they're called?
Yes,
I
have.
They look like real babies.
Bro, wait, real babies?
They look like real babies.
Wait, real dolls?
I think that's what they're called.
No, wait, real dolls are like, no, they're like a form.
Oh, they're the sex ones, right?
Yeah, wait, you're talking about like the like ones you get from Toys R Us or something? I mean,
no, there are dolls that are aimed towards women, so that look like real babies.
Oh, that's gonna be a fucking mess when those two brandings collide. There's like the sex doll, real dolls who are trying to fuck.
I am sure there's a dude out there that's bought his sex doll and he's like, "Oh, I want to have a kid with this. I want to have a kid." So,
or worse, people are like, I'm hearing a lot about these real dolls like and fuck, and then he looks up real dolls and like your alternative comes up and he's like, time to
man, my
search
history is gonna be fucked.
Yeah, I'll let you do the heavy lifting. I'll let you do
real doll. Okay, yeah, you're right. Real doll is the
it's the holy shit. Let's put an asterisk next to that.
A life-size sex doll manufactured by
yeah, I went on the website, dude. I could not after. I think I heard about it on a podcast somewhere, and yeah, bro. And they're not cheap, I don't think, but they're pretty real, in the way of like real as in what a weird dude would want for. I'm pretty sure they have the anatomy, right? Like it's probably like a fleshlight in between the legs or something. How do you clean one of those?
You can swap it out, mate.
Well, I've always thought, how do you clean that shit?
Well, I
just put your wife in the
documentary on one of these, like these guys that would follow these guys around that would buy these dolls, and they would take them out to settings like they'd have a coffee with this.
Bro, I'd love to see that shit IRL.
Or he would the one guy I think would bring the doll to the dinner table with his family, and his family just had to play along like as if nothing was wrong.
And you gotta,
you haven't eaten anything. You're not hungry.
I mean, like, okay, so he's like shoving food into her face. You know, the weird thing is like you don't necessarily see a guy like a boyfriend and girlfriend, husband, wife, fiancés, whatever, and when they're at a dinner table, you go, wow, they fucked each other. You know what I mean? I think if I think if like you're not sitting there eating your fucking luncheon, your cold luncheon meat, going, yeah, they fucked. Wow, I'm looking at them right now. Yeah, they fucked. They probably fucked it. Like he fucked her. But when you think about
that doll,
but when he's sitting there with a doll, you're like that would be the first thing I'm like, wow, we're here trying to he fucked that doll. You know what I mean? That would be the first thing I'd think. I'd be like, wow, he put his dick in that. I hope he cleaned it afterwards. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Hope he hosed it off.
Yeah. But I remember watching this documentary, and I remember they actually followed these dolls to the point where sometimes they had to send them in for servicing because they would get damaged. And they would have to swap out the anatomy parts.
But unfortunately, because the guys are so emotionally attached, they call it like the ER, but it's not the ER.
Yeah. She's having some corrective surgery.
Wear like they wear the surgical masks, and they're like, yeah, she's going to be okay. And then they put it back on, they wheel her into surgery. As the guy runs up to the door, looking in, he's like, hoping she'll make it through the surgery. They come back and they're like, she didn't make it. And then it's taken.
Oh my god! Imagine, dude.
And then they
these
just,
guys, an illusion. Maybe they could fall for that. They'd be like,
and then they just they resell them.
Right? They're just like, yeah, I think he's had his course with this one. It's time for him to move on.
They're like, wow, the inside's a bit worn out. Yeah, the motor, whatever the motor would be on it, I'm just assuming that might be. Yeah, the motor's getting a bit burnt out. She didn't make it. I'm sorry, they wheel in, change the motor out, resell her. I don't know. Secondhand.
It's like, was she an organ donor? Was she an organ donor? Did she want to donate her organs? Oh yeah, she was very giving.
God. Yeah, they take the mouth out and.
God damn. Oh man.
Wow, dude. Yeah. Would you ever use one? A real doll? Is that a thing that? I mean, try it. I mean,
I don't think in the current state that they are. Like, I've sort of questioned myself, like, in the future when robots are around, like, would I fuck a robot, like that? I don't know. Oh man,
bro, I've got a good question about shit like that. What's the morality if you're married and you fuck a robot?
Yeah, dude.
What's the morality on that?
It's got to be like a sex toy, right? Like if your missus has got, something under the bed.
But then,
why can't I have a whole robot?
She actually bought it for me for Christmas.
I don't know. Maybe we could swap the parts over. Maybe we could share the robot. Like maybe it's just a
it's got interchangeable parts. You can attach the fleshlight for a fucking donger.
That's the future of masturbation, man. We're going to stop using our hands and just let the robot.
Hands are for the Stone Age, for primitive people.
Right, think about all this other stuff. Like, think about all this other stuff that we do in our current day life, where we used to do everything by hand. Now we let machines do it all.
Oh, 100%. I mean, have you seen WALL-E? Have you seen WALL-E? Have you seen the director's cut?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen WALL-E. No.
Did you see the director's cut where they have the sex robots and all the fat guys? No, I'm just kidding.
Shit, man.
They're not walking around.
No, I did watch the director's cut of Terminator though, and that was very.
Oh shit! Okay, don't flame it. I watched the first one, but I fell asleep. I haven't seen it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
Oh man,
I got to go back and watch it.
If you were in Melbourne, because there's actually, it's in IMAX this weekend. IMAX, the first and second one.
That would be the perfect time.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I need to suss it, dude. But is there like a theme of that in Terminator where they're fucking robots?
No, I'm just fucking around, man.
Oh shit! Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is like.
Yeah. He's like, I would bless you.
I'm thinking of some quotes, but anyway, I probably shouldn't say them. But yeah, I mean, it's like the future. It's gonna happen, dude. 100%. I mean, I swear I saw a YouTube documentary recently. Oh, maybe it was on Netflix, but it was about guys that it followed a few different guys. I swear it's on Netflix. I swear. I'll try and dig it up and work.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were all striving. These guys in their fucking garage striving to be like the next Alexander Graham Bell and Edison and whatever. Who else I can think?
Sex toys.
To be the guy who invented the first robotic sex doll, I guess.
Yeah.
And they have him sitting at the dinner table with their wife, and they're like trying to talk to her, and it's just its eyes fucking twitching and shit. Like it's so weird. Like the lengths. What? I mean,
I was dating a chick once, and I went to her house, and she had something on her desk, and I'm like, "What's that?" It just looked like, it actually looked like sort of like a cover for AirPods or something, right?
Okay, yeah.
And she was embarrassed. She didn't want to admit it. And I found out what it was. It was
I'd
like...
be embarrassed if I was using AirPods too, by the way.
Yeah, it did.
She's like, she like, the twist is it was AirPods, but she's like, it's a sex toy I put in my butt. Yeah, and she's like, gee, that was close. He almost thought I had AirPods.
But it's like this sex toy that, that a woman would use on herself, but it's controlled by like an app. So you can have your partner that's like 20 miles away, pushing buttons on this sex toy to make it do different things.
Oh, so it's pretty much my nano leaf lights over here, just sexual. Gee, the technology is just... Is there a version for guys though? Like I'm sure there's like a ring you can put on your dick,
I think there is. I was going to say that. I think there's like
you can guarantee that's the next YouTube like challenge. Like a guy puts it on his dick, and as he go in public, and his mates are in the back like giggling and like turning it up to 11, and he's like, he's like trying to talk, but he's like, you know what I mean? It's like the new like that's gonna be a Plex Storm challenge. Let's be real. That won't make it on YouTube.
Twitch, man. I wonder how many people have gotten copies on Twitch where they're just sitting there playing through it, just pretending like nothing's going on.
Oh, wait, you mean of the rings and stuff? Or like the...
No. I mean like guys getting oral pleasure from women on stream.
Under the desk.
Under the desk, just acting as if nothing's going on. I know that 100%.
Guaranteed, bro,
100%.
That's happening. Guaranteed. I mean, it's like people in their cars doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, I've never thought of that. That's a guarantee. That's happened. Would you ever risk that?
I've thought about it. I don't think I've had anyone willing to do it. That I don't even know if I don't know, man. I feel like maybe I would be uncomfortable doing it on stream.
It'd
like
be
I'm
so
like, just falling all these motherfuckers. Like,
imagine. Okay, just look at me right now. Imagine right now. It's like, I'm just like
please, not whilst you're on Discord with me. Jesus.
Look me in the eyes, Matt. Look me in the eyes. Lock eyes with me. So anyway, next question. Next question. Is gotta turn the fan up a bit. Yeah. So, what is my next question now? That I've
where's your wife at the moment, dude?
Wait, what wife? Oh yeah, my wife. Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely have a wife. All right. What? Oh yeah. I want to talk to you about your coke addiction.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
if anyone want to know, Matt's got a bit of a look. Only if you want to talk about it, but just briefly, about your coke addiction and.
Yeah, what I was in a rough spot, man.
Right.
I had a lot of down days, and I just needed something to perk me up. So I had a nice, refreshing can of Coke.
All the audio listeners are like, what the? This has gone deep. This has everything. They're like, okay, Coca-Cola. What's up? Like, you have some collection going on behind you.
Yeah, I don't even know how it really started. I think it sort of started where, you just have a soft drink as a kid whenever, nothing different from any other kid.
Yeah,
but I think it started, it was actually, I think my auntie might have kickstarted it in a way, where she gave me, I actually have it right here.
Oof. Show and tell, baby.
She gave me like this bottle of Coke here, and it's like original.
That exact one.
This is the exact one she gave me. Yeah.
How much to open it and drink it right now? I don't have any money. I'm just saying.
Oh man, this is priceless. This is priceless.
You would not take any money for. You would not take any money.
Dude,
to drink
this is
it right
from
now.
like I don't even know how old. This is probably from like the 70s or something.
My question stands. How much? If someone came to you right now with $1 million, I know hypotheticals and money's.
Oh yeah, $1 million. Yeah.
Oh okay. From going from it's priceless to $1 million, so that didn't take much.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are going to do anything for $1 million bucks. So.
Well, Ninja gets paid like $1 million to play Apex. You're out here like crying while you're chugging your auntie's like 70s.
Yeah, this does have a lot of sentimental value as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But, I think she gave this to me, and because it was just so old. I don't know. I was just fascinated by it.
How old were you when she gave it to you?
Oh man, I'm gonna say like I'm gonna say I was like 8 years old. If I had to guess.
You know, that's crazy that like 8-year-olds don't always have that like future sight or foresight to keep things preserved.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I knew it was old. I knew it wasn't good to drink it. Like, don't get me wrong. There was many times where I was like, "Oh, I wonder what that would taste like if I just crack it open." Like,
but some kids would, guarantee. Some kids would just be like, "Fuck it, it's just a can. It's just a Coke."
Well,
Mum said I couldn't
you,
have any. I'm just gonna go to my room and have my.
Because my auntie gave a bottle. She had a few, and she gave a bottle to my cousin.
Okay.
And she also gave a bottle to my cousin's best friend.
Oh wow. Okay.
So her son and his best friend.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but for some reason he kept it in his fridge. And the best friend, it was like a really hot day, and he just went for it. And apparently, like, so the story goes, it was the best damn Coke he's ever had in his fucking life. This 20-year-old Coke at the time.
Okay, either Coke is like wine and whatnot, and it gets better. Gets better as it ages, or he felt really shit about it and he was trying to make himself feel better.
Maybe,
my God, it was so good. As he cries, he weeps.
Yeah, dude. Because it was probably, I don't know, I feel like it would be bad, man. I feel like it would probably taste bad.
That sounds like desperate times. Like drinking something that old. It's like that guy. There's that guy on YouTube. He eats. He has rations from the war, and he eats them.
Oh shit! Is this Ashens that you're talking about?
I don't know. I can't remember his name. I watched it for a while there.
Is it like a brown couch that he opens all his food on?
You don't see him. You don't see him. I should say. You only see. So he could be like literally going, "Oh, that's good," and then going over his shoulder every time. He's like,
no. This is like the guy that I watch that does the same thing. He's like the brown couch is what he reviews everything on, where he plops his food on a brown couch and then you don't see his face at all.
Oh, okay. That's why not a table, just a couch.
No, it's just a brown couch. It's like a
wow. This really proves that YouTube is not really the best place to make your riches. If he's not stepping up to a table from a couch, that's weird.
No, he's huge. He's got like 1.3 million subscribers, I think.
Isn't it funny how many people have like 1 million subs now on YouTube?
I guess maybe that isn't huge. I guess like
it's like
PewDiePie has like 90 million.
I thought about it the other day. I'm like, just like everyone has 1 million, at least 100,000. 100,000 is like the new 100. If you don't have 100,000, what's wrong with you? That's easy numbers. You know what I mean? I'm like, everyone.
Have you got 100,000 viewers, by the way, Matty, on YouTube?
Oh, hell, bro. I have 256. Get on it. Everyone sub to my YouTube. YouTube is hard, dude. But I think it's the crazy thing that it's so hard. Like, no smaller channels get promoted. It's really, you only ever, when you go on there, see big names. And that's why it looks like everyone has a channel that just has 100,000 to 1 million to beyond. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it starts making you think that you're doing something wrong by only having a couple of hundred. But yeah, man. So this guy eats like all this shit, much like the guy I watch. I'm sure a few people do it. I don't know how they don't get sick. I mean, I'm sure it's got preservatives of some type, but even back then, it's like they're eating like puddings and like what else? Like all this gross shit. It looks rank. Like, I'm scared to eat something that's a day old, day past expired. I look at my fridge,
you know,
like,
the milk is like a day away from expiry. I'm like, oh, it's looking a bit gluggy down there. I don't know, man.
A day away. I do the whole squeeze it gently. I open it, and if the first thing that bursts in my face is a slight sweet scent, I'm like, fuck it, it's done. Tip it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it could be almost a week still before it goes bad. But it's
probably fine, but you're paranoid, right?
I just can't do it. And it's like, are you similar in that way? So I'm not weird?
I feel
like I'm milk. I never used to have a problem
with milk. I'm sort of a bit iffy about milk, but sometimes I just risk it because, like, I'm like, well, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's true. True. Hey, what can you do? Have you okay? So have you seen the guy that did? It's clearly fake. He put a bowl in there first, but it's on Twitter. It's going around Twitter. He pours. He goes to his toilet. He puts a video, pours cereal into his toilet bowl, pours milk in there, and gets a spoon and starts eating out of it. Obviously, everyone started going, like, a lot of people were like, that's disgusting, you freak. But a lot of people are like, yeah, you put a bowl in there first. Like,
a bowl in the toilet.
And then he was so open about it, which I respected, because a lot of people would like, magicians wouldn't reveal their secrets, but he was saying, of course I put a bowl in here. I think I'm stupid, you know what I mean? Like laughing. But a lot of people like, and it's doing the rounds. People thinking this guy's crazy as fuck. And I have to admit, when I first looked at it, I'm pretty skeptical. I just thought this guy was off his face. I'm like, what the? And I thought anyone would do anything on the internet now. Like everyone's pushing the limits.
Dude, I saw a video yesterday where it was the fucking like this rank disgusting. Someone obviously just doing this to get attention, views, right? Where this chick was in an airplane, right? She went to the bathroom in the airplane and she started licking the toilet seat, like really getting into it, dude.
How? What is? It's like, have we? What I want to ask is, have we gone too far? As a society,
but, there's some guys out there like, damn, that's hot, man. That bitch dirty.
She licked that toilet bowl. Imagine what she should say no to. You know what I mean? I'm sure she imagine what she wouldn't lick. It's
everything's on the table.
At that point, everything is on the table. Like, what really is worse than that? Because you don't know. Like, someone could have some sort of viral disease. You're just lapping it up. You're just lapping it up. Like,
that didn't even cross my mind, man.
Bro, someone could have just leaked a bunch of AIDS. I don't know how AIDS work. I'm not a dog.
It spreads via diarrhea, clearly.
No, but I don't know. Like, someone could have pissed or shat in there. I don't know. And he was licking it up. Like, I know this is pretty full on for the podcast if you're queasy.
Yeah, but I sort of want to find the video now too.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to see it just for our research. But
chick licks toilet bowl.
But the thing is, what do these people like? Okay, what did she seem like she wanted out? Did she seem like she was doing it for clout, which I don't get how that's even a thing, or did she seem like she was doing it because she was unhinged and just losing it?
I don't know, man. Like, she looked like she was trying to be sexy whilst doing it, to be honest.
We're going to see her. She's going to be the top one on Plexstorm, dude. And that's going to be her.
I'm looking this up, and it's just a whole bunch of, like, home video things of chicks licking toilet bowls. Apparently, this is a thing that... Man.
I was talking to Ellie the other day about foot fetishes a little bit on the podcast. And we're saying, what's weirder than a fucking... you just got to... I think you just got to follow... I think you just got to check it.
That's worse than the fucking Twitchy coffee thing.
Congrats on your new follower, by the way. I think that was I could be wrong. Was that Biotech Ricky? Good on you. No, I actually everyone. Please go now, bro. Now everyone's gonna be going and following you. That's great. Shoot, what else is gonna come up knowing your alerts?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I better disable alerts, man.
Don't disable it. It's great.
Did you hear that? You didn't hear that.
No, we didn't hear it. But I wish we did. That's great, dude. I actually love that. I love all your new alerts and whatnot.
Yeah, I need to do some more.
You overhaul them, and you've got all your green screen stuff, bro. Green screens, man. I wanted to actually. I don't know what we were talking about a minute ago. Go on.
Licking toilet bowls.
Licking toilet bowls. All right.
For clout.
For clout. Where do you go from there anyway? Did you? Yeah, I was about to say, did you find the thing? But it sounds like you found pretty much the mecca of toilet bowl
it's
licking.
Just a whole bunch of chicks licking bowls. But it's not the one I want, man.
What would be the tag for that? The hashtag, like if you would just want to search for that, like what do you like? Would they be bowl lickers? Like shit lickers? Like what would you call them as that sounds too derogatory. Like what's the what would be like the fetish name for that?
Maybe bowl lickers.
Bowl lickers, yeah.
I think I found the video.
Oh.
Maybe.
Just pull it up on screen. We'll just play it.
No, I didn't. No, sorry. Unfortunately, it was on a PewDiePie video. So I don't know. Just watch one of his videos. You'll find it. It's like a TikTok.
Honestly, people really have some weird ass fetishes though. Like
There's a fetish for everyone out there.
Do you reckon there's Just one for just something for everything. Like there's. Do you reckon?
Yeah, like I think I like some weird shit.
Do you reckon there's something that? Do you reckon there's something that hasn't been done before? Like, do you reckon they're saying that like?
Oh yeah.
You reckon that like out of like we're just meat sacks, right? Like there's not much of us as humans. There's different parts and whatnot. And there's
hold on a
objects
second.
and shit. Like,
can you just hold on for 1 second?
Oh,
someone's followed me, and now it's like in a feedback loop.
oh, okay. Is that an easy fix? Oh god, because we can't hear it. So,
hold on. I have a fix for it, sort of.
Can I just say, good on you, whoever just followed. You've ruined the podcast. You've ruined everything. Is it fixed?
All right.
Oh, okay. Good.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Good. Yeah. No. Can no one follow Matt, please? Can just no one go and follow Matt? Because you just
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, you just appreciate just not ruining the podcast. Thank you. But yeah, I just think I just always think everything's been done. Like people are always trying to be the next weird motherfucker out there who's doing the next like licking toilets. And as you saw, and we were like, oh, that's so weird. Who would do? And then you look it up, and it's like everyone's done it.
Well,
you know what?
Apparently,
who hasn't done it?
It's a common thing. I'm feeling Biotech said he's seen the video. Mate, you should link us, dude.
I'm almost feeling weird and uncomfortable admitting that I hadn't licked a toilet now because I'm thinking maybe I'm in the minority. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it could be.
That's the thing.
You don't know. Yeah, it's going to become a trend, and then it won't be so unique, and everyone will stop doing it. That's how the world works. I was going to say, because this was actually something I wanted to talk about a little bit as well. I don't know how much time you've got. We've fucking gone.
Oh shit! It's like nearly 8 o'clock. Holy
we've fucking gone. All right, I'll jot something. Luckily, I didn't actually throw any questions to the audience today because I thought, fuck them. I've got too much.
I'm not pressed for time. It's
good.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I just thought I've got too much I want to talk to you about. I don't want to give them any chance to waste time. So, so I love you guys, but it's all about me and my questions today. And usually I ask them to put in questions, and they don't ask anyway. So fuck them. Okay, so obviously with your alert there, your green screen thing, I know you were like a green screen boy back in the day, and now you're not. Like you've completely. And I'm always like, there's that green screen versus no green screen kind of. Like, people don't argue about it, but there's really that, like, some people say, oh, it's better. Some people say I prefer to see it.
Well,
like, what was, like,
I started using a green screen, like, fairly early on when I started streaming. Like, I think I probably had, like, maybe 5 streams where I just had a normal webcam or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I went, yep, I want to pursue this. And then I got a green screen, which was just a shitty cloth that I bought from Spotlight and hung from the roof.
Hey, whatever works, though.
And it did the job at the time. It did me well. And then as soon as I moved house, it started to become not as practical. So then I wanted to become practical again. So I bought like one of those Elgato.
You got the. I've heard a few people. Actually, no, I only heard one person. I can't remember who it was.
One person hates it.
So that's everyone. Well, it was that NATO potato guy. I don't think I've watched him before, but he seems credible enough. But he posted a photo of his like halfway just collapsing, and said that it's falling apart. The mechanism's just collapsing. He said it just does it randomly. And people just start. This was literally like a day after I was saying to everyone on my stream that Elgato. No, I don't want to get one, but I'm just not a green screen guy. I don't have the room for it anyway. But I was talking up Elgato because I was talking about the key lights that they're bringing out over here.
Oh yeah.
And I was saying how good Elgato products are and how I never hear anyone complain about it. And the day after I see someone complain, people then start saying Elgato's got. I
haven't had
issues.
Smooth sailing with all of their stuff either.
Really? Okay.
I've had problems with some of their stuff. Like their green screen seems fine, their stream deck seems fine, but like the capture cards.
So that's why I hear a lot of people. I've had 2 capture cards from them. Granted, I don't use them.
Well, I've got 3.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. And I don't use them religiously. I feel like the games you play on stream and whatnot would probably, because you play a lot more of a variety of stuff, you'd probably use yours. I don't use mine very much, so I haven't had a chance for it to fuck up, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I've never had a problem with them. But those are really the only Elgato products I use. So then again, I was kind of like, I don't use a Stream Deck or anything. I want to, but
oh shit, you don't use a Stream Deck?
Nah, I don't really swap it. I think I've got a.
What are you fucking doing?
I know. Well, I don't have enough scenes really to. I feel like now the podcast and stuff, but I don't do enough to really warrant it. Whereas you've got a bit more.
Yeah.
You cut to scenes and stuff. A few more quirky, kind of cool little things. I've never done stuff like that, so I kind of felt redundant having one. Right. I have someone that's going to sell me one a little bit cheaper, so I'm going to probably get one soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just the green screen thing though. It's what's your do you prefer seeing people with it? Do you prefer seeing their space, like, or do you not have a preference? Because I have a preference.
Well, I started off with the green screen and I thought it looked great, and then I thought it looked more professional.
Because that's what everyone says.
It actually takes a lot more work to
100%
build an aesthetic for a background than it does for a green screen. Ironically.
Yeah, and it's more relatable, personable.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Like, you can look at my stream and you're like, okay, obviously he has.
Matt loves Pepsi, dude. Definitely, that's definitely like a slap in the face to Coca-Cola. That's a sarcastic amount of stuff in the background. Yeah,
you can put little shit in the background that a lot of people won't notice, but maybe they might pick up one day.
Well, that's the thing. All the stuff in my background, people every now and then someone goes, "Oh my god, if that is such and such," and it just starts up a conversation. So it's definitely handy. Yeah. I was gonna. Oh no, keep going.
Yeah, so well, the main reason was when I moved, it was a hassle, and then I brought this camera, and that was really because I was using that green screen before I bought this camera, and as soon as I brought this camera, Sean Twitch a copy was like, if you buy that camera, don't you fucking dare use that green screen.
And I think you did though a little bit after, didn't you? After you got the new camera,
I think I did one or two
a few
times.
times. Yeah.
But it was just like it was just I just wanted to see its performance wise.
Yeah,
and
that's fair. Yeah.
Like I have nothing against green screens. I've thought about maybe doing them every now and again, depending on the content. I think it also depends on the content as well that you're doing. I think it's really good. I think green screens are really good for gaming oriented streams that are heavily rely on gaming content.
Yeah, because I know you're very much about a clean appearance on the layout. You don't like a lot of shit all over the screen.
No, not at all.
I agree while playing a game. Yeah, I think while you're playing the game, you don't want to cover it up with a whole bunch of junk. Like people with chat on half the screen while they're playing the game. And then a big donation goal taking up the other half. I totally agree with that. I always think, the people I find it weird when someone plays a game in a template where it's the game is 1/3 of the screen. Have you seen that? And then they've got shit around. I know a lot of the Pokemon streamers do. I feel like play Pokemon. That's such a
dude. You will love this Twitter page. You need to follow Bad Overlays on Twitter.
Okay. I'm gonna follow that. That sounds right up my alley. I have a feeling that's gonna be a lot of the content of it. Oh god, what if I go on and imagine if they see the MattyAP podcast, this screenshot of this, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, dude, it's just a Twitter feed where people submit really bad overlays that they see on streams. And actually, one of my viewers, who was a streamer also, someone screenshotted his stream because they thought it was bad, and they uploaded it to the Twitter, and he got called out, and I looked at it because he was like, I actually got featured on there, and I looked at it and went, yeah, dude, it was bad. No wonder. It was just
and he was actually he didn't take it on tune, he didn't laugh about it, he was actually disappointed,
I think, I don't know, I feel once he was sort of called out for it, he could sort of stand from the outside perspective and go, oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, okay, I can understand why maybe that is a bad layout, because a lot of people just don't know. They don't fucking know it's bad until someone says this is shit.
What was it? He just fucking brown of everything. Actually, I just realized Twitchy Coffees is brown of everything. But he's got a theme. He's got a theme. It's not what I meant.
His branding is literally coffee.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. But some people have just weird color schemes, and it's I've got to check that out. I'll suss that after for sure. Going back quickly as well to the Coke stuff, you're a big anti-Pepsi guy, obviously, and we know you got to pick a side. You fucking hate. Now, if my memory does not betray.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
there was a moment where every time something about every time someone subbed, you'd pour a can of Pepsi into your.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wait, no. It sounds like what you were thinking was more juicy. So what are you thinking? What was?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does it involve like a funnel and like what are we talking about here? What's going? Okay, come on.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to what you were saying. Yeah, no, for every sub.
No. Hold on, but before that,
I thought you were going to call me out for doing something with Pepsi or something like that.
Well, I'm curious about what you have done with Pepsi in the past.
Every now and again, people think that they've seen me with a Pepsi in my hand, and they think that they've seen me drinking it, but it's an optical illusion. You know what? It's the globalists. They're trying to confuse all you people. They're trying to put you on the other side. Okay.
It's the chemtrails and
Pepsi.
It's brainwashing people. Put your tinfoil hats on. You'll see clearly. All right. He's always Coke. So every sub, I believe you're pouring Pepsi into your tray. Oh, here we go.
I actually still have it here.
The inferior column in. And every time, and you know what I was thinking when you were doing that?
Yeah.
Like me being the money hungry grub that I am. Was like he's throwing.
How do I incorporate that?
No. I was thinking like you're throwing all your like literally how much is a can?
Oh yeah.
I was like he's losing money, but at the same time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was good because people did like it. But okay,
yeah, dude, it was that was actually bringing in a lot of subs when I did that.
Yeah.
I think like I don't know, like I never really had a huge
was gift sub. Was gift sub a thing back then?
No, it wasn't.
Jesus, that bin would have been full to the brim, dude.
Yeah. So I think I got up to like 60, 70 subs or something.
Oof, that's a full bin. That's a full bin. I'm pretty sure though. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Star said LA Ice Master Race. I actually don't mind a bit of LA Ice, baby.
Dude,
but
look, I'd rather snort Pepsi than even
snort Pepsi. Bro, have you ever like snorted a liquid, like ever?
Like probably on accident.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never done it on purpose, but I can't. Like I can't imagine the feeling because I've definitely inhaled air, like water in a pool and whatnot. And fuck, man.
I can't swim, man. Like I mean, I can swim, but I hate putting my head underwater.
Well, it's all that hair. You just have to. Then you have to blow dry. Do you reckon that's
it? It's just like the water. I feel like the water just goes straight up my nose and then back down. Yeah, I feel like I'm drowning as soon as I put my head underneath the water.
No way.
Yeah,
like
man.
You don't. But do you feel? Is it what you feel like is going to happen, or does it actually happen? You feel like a lot of water.
Maybe it is, but I don't know. I feel like every time I ever put my head underwater for an extended period of time.
For extended, like I agree with that. Like because
I dunk my head in. I dunk my head in for like 10 seconds or something, right, and then like come back up. I'm like, I feel like I'm drowning, like I'm coughing.
Holy
and everything.
shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like, because
it's giving me like this fear of the water, but I think it might be because I'm like panicking or something
that you're going to drown
or something, or I don't know.
I know the feeling of like being underwater, and like the deeper you go, the more pressure you feel. Of like the water. But that's crazy. I've never heard. Not crazy. You're not crazy, all right? Let's talk through this, right? But I do feel like I've never. I don't think I've ever heard someone really talk about like. I guess the fear of water in that sense of like, because that's a pretty valid thing. If you felt like that, I feel like that would kind of deter you from wanting to go. And like, has that like hindered you in ways? Like, have you ever felt like an outcast?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Like, because like I would never like say I go to a pier with friends. I'd be like worried about jumping off the pier.
Really?
Yeah, because I'd be like, fuck, I'd just drown. Like not because I can't swim. Yeah, because I can keep myself afloat, but like just that initial. Jump into the water,
What if it was like a bathtub full of Coca-Cola? Would you try and submerge yourself?
Ooh.
Like, is that like, would you do it? Would you,
I guess if I'm going to drown, it's got to be in Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah. What a way to go. But, getting back to the Pepsi, because there's an end to the story. I'm pretty sure, unless I dreamt this shit, just tell me straight up. Pretty sure it was a point where you ended up drinking the Pepsi out of the bin. I can't remember what was like the story. I can't remember what was the ending of it and what caused it. But and yeah, Matt had used the bin, like the whole heaps of shit. It was actually he used it outside.
All right, so this it's
a new bin, right? Please tell me it's a new bin. Like
this is the same. This is the same bin, right?
But like
that I used. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, okay. I see what you're going with this. Okay.
Like,
so I'll tell you where this bin came from. So, okay. So I was doing the subs, the sub thing, whatever, you know, where I'd crack the can and then I'd pour it. What I would do is I would pour it into the bin for people that didn't know. For every sub that I got, I would just pour a can of Pepsi in the bin because it's filth. You know, you don't want to drink Pepsi. I'm saving the world here, one can at a time.
Yeah.
But you guys got to help me out. You got to foot the bill with me, okay?
The Lord's work, yeah.
And you know, it was pretty popular, whatever. And then someone, I believe it was Boo. I can't remember the exact amount because I'm a piece of trash, but he donated like $300 or $400, I think it was, and for me to drink a can of Pepsi out of this bin. And
okay, yeah.
And from what I understood, this bin was only ever used for like paper, like shredded paper and stuff like that.
When you say what I understand, is that your bin, or did you nab that from Sar? Is that your bin? Did you? Oh fuck!
So I went, fuck it, you know, whatever. I'll just scull it, whatever. Scull it, and yeah. So later that night, this is when I was in a relationship with my partner. I told her about what I'd done, and she had a look of shock, just pure utter shock on her face, and she went, "You what?" I'm like, "What?" Like because the bin came from her work, where she worked. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And you might go, "Well, why the fuck do you have the bin? Like, why did the bin come home, Matt? You know, why did this shredded paper bin come home?" Now, my girlfriend at the time, she was feeling a little bit under the weather. You know, she was feeling a bit sick, and she had to catch a train home because she had a long. It was about an hour commute from home, from work to home, and what happened was, you know, she's feeling a bit sick, so she thought she'd take a bin with her just in case something happened, and. She vomited in the bin. She vomited in the bin and she took it back home, and I assume she rinsed it out or something.
So people in the chat are accusing me of knowing that story. I had no fucking idea. I thought he bought that bin for that purpose. You guys are accusing me. I had no idea.
When I started using the bin, I didn't think I was ever going to drink out of the bin. I thought I was just going to pour Pepsi in it and then pour it down the drain later on. You know,
I've been looking for a bin. Saves me a trip to Office Works.
Well, I knew where it came from. I just didn't know that she told me what she used it for, but I didn't think that she actually vomited in it. I thought she had it there for safety, but she didn't end up needing to use it. Yeah. You know.
Some people want to know the real question. Did the Pepsi taste different? Or do you not know because you don't really drink Pepsi? You just wouldn't know.
I mean, it probably always tastes like vomit, doesn't it? Yeah.
Whoa! So how's that Coke sponsorship coming along? Yeah, are they calling you?
Oh, dude.
Would you ever actively? Would you ever actively try and pursue it? Like,
I don't think I could. Like, I feel like
it's.
I feel like I'd say. I'm not like I don't feel like I'm that edgy, to be honest with you, but I feel like they're too family friendly to even risk anything with me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's one of those things. Do you ever worry about like being a certain amount of edge that if you did just grow your stream more and more over time, which is 100% like possible, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you ever kind of think, shit, it'd be nice to be able to get a bit of extra cheds for my efforts because now I'm entertaining more people and more people and more people, you know, and obviously the natural progression is go, oh, well, maybe I can get some sponsors. Do you ever worry that like a bit of edge could like turn off like, or is that, you've frozen up a bit there?
No,
no, you're good. You're
sorry,
back.
Maybe I should just move around a bit.
No, it's doing the little phrazy thing. Maybe it might have. Oh, it's good now. Do we want to? Okay, let's dip out.
Do you want me to refresh or something?
Yeah, try and refresh it. I think that's what was working before. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Oh, hello, that's me. Oh, hello, that's what they see. Isn't it? Do you think my camera angle is weird? What you see on because I track it up there, just out of the way. But then I kind of forget that's because I see myself as what they see.
Is this a different view to what they're seeing?
Yeah,
is
because
this not the same?
Yeah, because you can't have one camera across. Well, you probably can with the Pro, but my PC already is loud as shit, so I just thought plug a different camera in. So this is like a cheaper Logitech camera, like the old. So this is basically what.
Yeah, because I was looking at it before. I'm like, man, the colors.
The quality
really
is.
The colors pop on his stream, but on Discord, it looks like shit. Like what?
No, yeah, it's like my old. This is what like they used to see back in the day before I stepped up to the Logitech C9 22, baby. Which is great little camera there. No DSLR. What DSLR do you use, by the way? Quickly, if
I use Canon 200D, I believe.
Okay.
It is.
Wow.
Or I think it's also called the SL2. It depends where you buy it from. But
okay, and it's what like a 50mm lens, I think, because you took his wide angle.
It's like 18 to 55, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I have it at the lowest it goes. Like this is the widest it can go now.
Yeah,
right. But I think he did say that he might lend it back to me because he reckons it looks better on my stream than his.
I mean, the thing is, you definitely can get like lenses by brands like Sigma and stuff. I definitely recommend looking into stuff like that because they make some good wide angles and stuff like that. You might be able to find you can get like a good because I actually bought a fisheye lens, a Sigma one, and it was really good. I used it for a long time, but I actually ended up selling it to a guy that I saw it on Gumtree, and the guy that actually bought it, I followed on Instagram, and he was like, had a couple of hundred thousand.
Like you were already following him?
Yeah, already following, and he hit me up, and I saw his email. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, are you this account? And he's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He went round and well, you might know, like he went round. He was like, he'd photographed Bring Horizon, Architects, bands like that.
Okay.
But he was like, he'd tour with them and shit, and he was with Amity Affliction at the time. And I shipped it off to him, and like a night or two after, I saw a fisheye shot, which I guaranteed because he didn't have a fisheye, he was looking for one. I saw a fisheye shot of the Amity Affliction. I was like, that's my lens. Like, it was such a weird feeling, like that lens that I'd shot so much with, and I just didn't need it for what I was doing at the time. I needed a bit of cash. And I just thought, fuck, I'll sell it for a couple of bucks.
How are you enjoying the lens, dude?
Yeah. Hey. So can I meddle with bands? Like, because I think we're friends, right? Because I even said at the time I was like, hey, like because back in the day I'd been looking to get into like photographing like bands and whatnot.
Yeah.
But getting into that shit and even making money when you start off, because obviously you do it with a passion. It's hard, And I just saw that as an in. I was like, hey, dude, like after I saw it to him, I was like, annoying kid that's like, hey, like so. I don't know if you ever need help. I'd love to come along. And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm always looking for more people. I was like, let me know.
Is he though? Is he just saying that?
let me know.
Yeah, man, no worries. Cool.
I'll wait here.
Just 3 years later, you're still waiting for that email.
He'll be back.
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure he thinks about you every time he pulls that fish eye.
Funny thing, I have a new Instagram account that was like the one before Twitch, and I can't even fucking remember what he's called or anything because I just so filthy I forgot his name and everything. Bro, that Pepsi story, that's some crazy shit. I knew you drank from it. I was thinking I remember when you drank it, and I was like, I would have probably been curious about that, but I don't think then at that point where you drank out, but you knew what was in it. So
no, not at all.
Yeah, so it's good to have
an after.
It's good to have a little bit of a conclusion to the story, like a little like wrap that one up. And also quickly want to say, I saw you've got like a pretty extensive intro. If anyone's watched Matt's stream, he's got a pretty I've never seen it with anyone else's streaming, but he's got a pretty extensive like opening cutscene essentially off his stream. It goes through like
to change it. It needs to change.
Okay.
Like I need it.
It's fucked with my head. I saw Rocky was on TV the other day. That scene of him, I just happened to be in the living room. That scene of him running through, I'm like, this doesn't look right. What the fuck? And where's the comment about the pedo? Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, see, this is one thing how we're talking about how you can't say shit anymore that you used to be able to say 10 years ago. I feel like even that clip is aged to the point where I'm like, I can't make pedo jokes on stream
You know what? I'm like, Jake is brave. But I'm like, yeah, I guess that is like a while ago. Yeah. But bro, that makes me laugh so much. Like it's such a good opening scene. Did you make that or did someone make that for you?
No, I made that. I actually Oh man, I start so many projects and then I don't finish them. Like even that was one of them where I wanted to have like all the people that were like chasing me, like other streamers. Like I'd cut out their heads and then put all their heads as all the people following me along. I thought that was going to be like what I would eventually do. But dude, the amount of things I've started and then like I have this thing on my stream that I do every now and again. It was called Romantic Moments, right?
I was gonna ask you about that.
You know how long that took me to finish because I just need to kick myself in the ass to fucking edit all that stuff.
I'm the same, man. It's that almost creative procrastination.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
It's like I know the end goal. I know exactly how I want it to look. I know every detail about what I want to happen. But it's just the process getting there is what
100%. With that romantic moments, because if anyone don't know, Matt's definitely not shy about trying some new shit. And I saw you doing the romantic moment segment, which I think's awesome. Are you still doing that? Is that like a
look at I try not to force it, but basically whenever I'm talking about something and then it so happens to maybe be a bit romantic or someone
so you're like going into it just on a case by case basis. You're not really like planning it anymore.
I did try to plan it a little bit, but I didn't really get that much feedback where I basically put out to my audience, look, if you have any romantic
so hard
embarrassing stories that you might want to share, but you don't want to like share it with everyone, you can like discreetly email me. You don't have to tell me who you are or anything, and I'll read it out on the stream as an anonymous person, and we can it'll be featured in Romantic Moments. But I got a couple of stories, but it was sort of like, oh man, I went to this girl's house and I couldn't get a hard on, and that was it. I'm like,
bro, I was gonna say, is it something like
that happened to me? But at least I can fucking make that into a story, if I elaborate a bit more.
Yeah, it's got to be something juicy. It's like maybe people just don't like. I cannot say I have a juicy story. No pun intended. I wish I did. I feel like everyone should have that.
Like I've had a few really embarrassing
I do, but maybe I don't.
Things
maybe
that have happened to me, which I don't. Well, I think I brought them up on stream a couple of times. Just embarrassing
right.
things.
I think maybe I heard
it's
one.
It's funny. Like people, people find humor in humility.
Yeah, and also people don't realize sometimes how relatable it is until someone is the one to say it. Some people don't. Yeah. You never know. Sometimes my helper dude go, oh, thank fuck.
I told someone one of my really embarrassing stories once, and I was like, I've never told anyone this, and like I told him, he went, dude,
on stream or just IRL?
No, just in person, like one-on-one, and this guy was like, dude, that fucking exact same situation happened to me, and I was like, what? Because it was like this, like, I'm not going to go on stream, but it was like this situation where I was like, that is probably only happened to a few people on this fucking planet. And he's like, that fucking thing happened to me. And he's like, I totally relate.
Wondering what the fuck that is now.
Dude, I can't even tell it on stream. It's so embarrassing.
Oh, god damn.
I think one day I'll bring myself to telling it. One day, but
yeah, right. Yeah. That sounds juicy as fuck. Okay, well, you all have to use your imagination out there. You ain't going to hear it here. He's already given us too many truths. Do you find like, because I've even wanted to incorporate segments and shit into my stream, but do you find like sometimes people it's just you don't get the response that you're after? It can be hard to grow something like that. Like
like I was saying, like I thought I might have got a little bit more feedback with the whole like where you could submit your own stories, but I got very little feedback, and the feedback that I did was just really
generic.
Not really. It wasn't really a story. It was just like, oh, I got embarrassed because this small thing happened. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I guess that would be embarrassing, but it's it's not a story. And like there are a couple of ideas that I want to do for my stream, but it's just I got to put the work in. In fact, I actually talking to someone about an idea that I had, and I on one of your streams the other day, and I was like, that is an idea that I exactly want to do. But I came into it like mid conversation, so I don't know if I heard it properly, and I don't really want to say.
Because you don't want to.
Because
it's
I sort of want it to be a surprise.
You don't want someone snatching it. There is that risk. There's always that risk of saying what you got planned, and someone just coming in, snatching.
Oh, that's
right.
yeah.
Has
I
that
think
happened?
I think that's happened a couple of times to me, and I don't even think it's like an intentional thing. I think like someone hears what you do, and then they forget that you said it, and then they go, "Oh, I just came up with this brilliant idea whilst I, in a dream," not realizing that they may have heard it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to keep like your ideas sometimes close to your chest, huh?
Yeah.
Especially in this climate where anyone can make anything. That like it's it's kind of scary. I'm so loose-lipped about shit. I struggle
so am I.
I struggle.
Sometimes I get pissed off at myself and I go, no, fuck that. I'm never going to tell anyone my shit anymore.
Exactly. I get so excited about ideas I have. I can't contain myself and I just yell it out. Yeah. Fiverr. Jesus. SoCal Jesus.
Yeah.
So how's he doing? He good, mate?
I caught that wave right at the perfect time. Yeah, because do you know that about the whole thing, how he got banned? No, like how that
banned
Jesus
on
guy.
Fiverr. Yeah.
He got banned and because of PewDiePie and everything.
No, I don't really know the story of why he got banned on Fiverr. I think I heard saying that he got banned. He's not banned now, though, is he?
No, I think he's back on there now, I think.
Okay.
But there was so for people that don't know what we're talking about, there is this guy who looks like Jesus on Fiverr. And hold on a second. He looks like he looks like this.
Bro! Hello, it's me, Jesus, up in heaven.
And basically he will just say anything you want him to say for I think it's like $10. You give him $10, he'll just say
pretty damn good. I always found it's interesting it's called Fiverr, but really
it's tenner.
It's like any price I want to put on there, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. But yeah, continue, sir.
So he works on this commission site where you pay people to do services for you, and he just says things as the character Jesus. And I don't know, I can't even remember where I saw him. Well, actually, I think I was just looking for people on Fiverr to do things for me, and I just so happened to find him on Fiverr. Yeah. And so I got him to do this little commission where he basically, just, pimps me out and says how great I am and that I can cure AIDS and I don't know.
Wait. So you wrote that script line for line, I'm imagining.
Oh yeah, he read it out like exactly the way I wrote it out.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
And it was really funny because the next day, he gave me that commission, he sent me that video file. Next day, he fucking just blew up because PewDiePie featured him in a video, and he was busy because everyone wanted this guy to commission him. I got him just before he was completely booked out, and it was impossible to get any commissions off him.
That's fucking wild, man.
And anyway, it wasn't actually good reasons that he.
Really? What were
because PewDiePie was getting him to say there's nothing wrong with Hitler or something like that. It was something like that. And so I think that's what eventually got him banned.
Inspired by little MattyAP, if he watching too much of your content, he was just rubbing off on him.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. I know about the recent drama with Jesus. I don't know if you delved into that too much. Where
with his kids,
he was sobbing on one of those videos.
Yeah,
did you see that sobbing?
He actually streams on Twitch as well.
Really?
Yeah,
can we not self-promote other people here, please? I'm just kidding. No, I actually didn't realize I'm actually going to have to watch him because I actually love his content. And I feel like that was such vulnerability, man. We've seen Dr. Disrespect crying on stream and shit, but my God, this guy, was trying to get, he was trying to get through a non-live thing, and I've never seen a more real emotion of being just sad.
You could tell this guy was going through some shit.
And, he just couldn't get through it. And I felt it. But he really kind of got he blew up after that. He blew up again, second time.
Oh yeah, he's had his second wind, I guess you could say. Yeah.
I don't know. What's do you get anyone watching to the end of your stream and they see that Jesus, thing, they're like, and do people ever go, holy fuck, that's the dude? Like, have you ever had someone like?
No,
really?
In fact, I think it like people will comment on it, but I think it's from a perspective where they don't know who the guy is, and they're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my god, it's really Jesus. How'd you get him? Yeah. But yeah, wow, that's weird because I feel like at this point there'd be someone that goes, hey, isn't that fucking guy that was crying?
I think there's probably been a couple of people that might have brought it up before, just because not so much from the crying video, but from when he first blew up.
Did you see the guy trying to get clout off him during that whole shitstorm? Did you? There was a guy who he met at a convention, another YouTuber.
Oh yes. Is this the dude that said
he touched his nipple?
Or something?
Yeah, and that he. So basically, this. If anyone knows the story, this streamer, he's Cringe World or something. What's his name? Cringe Planet or something. It's got.
Yeah, he holds up to the name.
Yeah, he absolutely leans into the cringe factor. And he met at a convention. I don't know what one it was, but he met quite a year or two before Jesus, the YouTube years. And he was being all cringy and shit, over the top, high energy. Jesus was being chill, like just hanging, and was nice enough to do an interview or whatnot. I believe that Jesus filmed it, like it was on his. Because Jesus had the footage.
Yeah, and I think he even, I don't know, he looked a bit uncomfortable, but he was like, oh, I'm going to be nice to this guy. Like,
yeah, 100%. They must have organized that they were going to do anything. So this fucking cringe dude pulls out a marker and asks Jesus to sign him. And he pulled up his shirt or something. And Jesus kind of was like, oh, I guess I'll sign here. And just drew like a little, like a circle around his nipple. So
it was like a smiley face and his initials or something on his nipple.
And it was like just completely nothing. And then after,
I think he even said, "Are you okay with me doing this?" He's like, "Oh, are you cool if I?"
But the guy was like, "Yeah, sign my nipple," like put on his fucking voice and shit. And then like that was ages. And apparently, like Jesus said, he posted the footage, but he never did. So I think this guy was dirty that he never like posted the interview.
Right. Well, no wonder, because that guy, like, who the fuck would ever want to?
Have you watched any of his content? This cringe guy?
I think I actually saw some of his shit before that.
It's insane,
that whole Jesus thing. And it was just like one video where he like went to Starbucks or some shit, and he like purposely like chucked a cup of the Starbucks all over his body or something.
It sounds about right.
And then he's like, I dropped it. Can I have another one? Or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's him. Yeah. So and he's been on like Ridiculousness and shit, like that show. And they're like, he did something creepy about it to a woman. I don't know, some creepy shit. I can't remember. But like I think his wife's in on it and all that shit, because they like
he has a wife?
Yeah. but if you watch it, he's always like, they're blowing up. They're having like these big massive arguments at like Disney World shit. But she's the worst actor you'll ever see, dude. She's like, I don't love you anymore. But it's like she's there reading off a fucking script, and I'm just like, holy shit. But people just believe. But it's like that fake drama, like that fake side of the internet that people just buy into. It's like the guy eating cereal out of the toilet bowl, and it's not real. But people still seem to love. It's like me watching Married at First Sight, and it's like we know that shit's manufactured, but we still fucking watch it for the drama. You know what I mean? Like,
but there's something about that dude, because he involves real people in his shit, right? As well, like
that's
it's not just
point.
His wife. Like he went to Starbucks and he fucked with his staff. And he fucked with Jesus. Like
there's a point where it's not. You can't. You can only script it to a degree.
Yeah, like it's okay for him to do this shit with his wife in the kitchen or whatever, wherever he's doing it, right? But start like bringing other people in and making other people feel uncomfortable just for your own benefit. Like, I see all these videos. What was it? Where you have like these? There was like this this guy in the States where he would just go around and insult people. He would just go up to people and start insulting them and just like roasting them. Like they weren't asking for this. They didn't know who the fuck this guy was.
And he got called. He got I think what was it? I think he got called out by the town or city that he was in. I believe like he got court ordered or something.
Yeah, and I think he would like Instagram it or some shit.
He would, he would go around and he'd go up to him, just fucking holding the camera right, like the phone right aimed at them, and just he'd do that shit thing that just pisses me off where he's doing the whole like, what do you think about that? And then putting it close to his face and then putting it close to their face. And it's just like the most irritating shit, dude. I'm glad that someone like came down on him. Because I think he did get like either a massive fine or something big where it wasn't a slap on the wrist, on the wrist. But I think like, can we just start making an example of these people? Because I think about like, look, I feel like I could handle it. I don't give a fuck. Like I'd probably just, but then again, I think, what would I do?
Well, I don't know what I would do.
So I'd
probably just tell the guy to fuck off. Like,
but that's what he wants. But that's what he wants.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't want you just to walk away and just be like...
Yeah, but you're not going to be thinking about that in the heat of the moment. You're not going to be like, oh, well, this is what this guy wants. So he's just going to be like, fuck off. Yeah.
So he's got the perfect storm. Like, he's just got the perfect storm right there. He knows what... Yeah. It's like, have you seen the videos of the guy that just walks up to people and doesn't even say anything? Just films them. Have you seen that shit? Just goes up and he'll just film people and they'll stop and be like... Can I
is his name like Jack or something?
I don't remember. I think if you just
I remember seeing some dude on Facebook do that. Now that you mention it, where
it was like
just like,
I'm sure a few people have done it because they see it works.
He would just follow them around with like the in selfie mode and just like go next to them and then film them.
This guy you wouldn't see. You never saw the guy behind the camera on this.
Oh, okay.
So it was 100% entirely about that person. He's just he wouldn't even talk. He would just aim the camera at them. And they would just go, like, are you filming me? And he just wouldn't say anything. And they'd be like, hey, what's your problem? Fuck off. Like, and they'd come up to him and he'd just walk backwards a little bit. They just keep filming him. They'd be like, what's your problem? And they just get more and more heated by the second. Yeah. And it's like, but that
goes for anyone, right? Like, if someone just shoves a camera in your face, you're like, what? Am I on current affair? What have I done?
Well, exactly. And but that's the thing. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, if you found yourself in that situation, and no matter what you do, it seems like most people get to the point where they become violent, and they go after and start trying to punch the camera out and grab it out, and then they look like the assholes. They look like the fucking like they. And you know what? The funny thing is, this is America. They probably would get sued for it. Yeah, if they attacked him. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, because there's no like laws about filming in public, right?
Because he would just keep following him. Like he just wouldn't leave him alone. I think it's the most uncomfortable shit.
And it's funny because like the court would probably side with him as well. Like if that went to court where, like, oh well, I was just filming in public and that's fine, and I wasn't hurting you in any way, shape or form, and you hit me.
Yeah, exactly.
That person would be charged with assault.
You know that brings me to one of my final questions because you're probably like, oh shit, but IRL streaming, because I know you've delved a little bit into IRL streaming at the moment, and I know we talked about IRL streaming before you. I know you've done a couple, I think, beforehand, but now you've done a couple more since.
I've done like a few here and there, not so much, but yeah.
And I know that when I did a couple, obviously, and I found them so exhausting, dude. They were so tiring. I don't know if you find the same. They're like a lot more energy.
Too long. It's like maybe like even 1 hour seems like it's 3 when you do that.
It's. I found it was like I would force myself, no matter what was going on, to like do the full day kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like do like at least 6 to 8 hours or something like that, 6 to 9. I think usually I'd go about 8.5, but then the next day I was ruined. I just couldn't do anything.
Dude, that's a long time.
I know, but it was like one of those things. It's like, well, if I'm going to make this my thing, I'm going to have to really put in work.
Yeah.
I see some IRL streamers that just fucking I'll wake up in the afternoon, of course, and I'll see like someone's IRL streaming because I followed a fair few when I was getting into it, and then I'll start my stream like a few hours later. And I'm thinking just before I go live, they're still live. Okay, good on. And then it'll be like I'll finish the stream. So they're still live. Watch TV with the missus. She'll go to bed at like 12. Still live. And I'm thinking, how the fuck? Like, what do you like? How do you have the energy?
This is coming from you, the guy that streams them for 48 hours.
48 hours. Yeah, that's a good fucking point.
I can't even do 24 hours, dude.
What's the most you've done?
I think it's like, I'm pretty sure the most I've ever done was actually like with Raw Genesis or something, where I was like playing a game with him, and then I think it was like. But I was also doing stuff on my own as well. I think it was like 11 hours maybe. Right. 11, 12 hours.
Have you ever thought of... Oh, no.
Yeah. I have thought of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's got to be for some sort of like big event, right? Like I can't just do a 24-hour stream.
People are starting to like shit on the art of like long streams, marathon streams. Yeah, people are starting to like, basically, if you do a long stream, people are now starting to call you an idiot, essentially, on social media. Starting to like talk down to people that do it, like they're the peasants of Twitch. That
really, I haven't seen any of that sort of.
I've seen a couple
judging people for how long they stream.
I've seen no one judge anyone directly, but I've definitely seen people throw tweets out. Can you have people fucking throw their little inspirational shits out there on Twitter? I make sure if people do that generic. Generic, like, be positive within yourself, and the positivity will.
I feel like when
others.
I see that shit, I'm just like, yourself. You just want your likes, don't you?
Exactly. It's the same with people.
Because these people say things that people already know, that people generally already know about things. It's
generic, dude. It's so generic. Kills me. The thing that kills me on Twitter the most, is wait, what is it? It's not the people that are like, hey, put someone below, put 3 people below that, your favorite streamers, and or put your details. No, it's put your details below, and we'll come back and we'll follow you. Like, I'll follow you and you follow me. That follow for follow shit, and they know that shit always blows up. No, it's when.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the tell me your favorite streamers thing, I've been tagged in that a few times as well, and I'm like, oh look, it's nice that you thought of me, but I never tag people in any of those things. Like, if I see that, I never ever tag people.
Yeah, no, I don't either. The thing I was thinking for a minute, like, is it wrong of me, after feeling shitty about these people doing that sort of thing, to, as a genuine thing of trying to get interest and bring more people onto the podcast, and and making it a gateway to ask a few people that maybe I wouldn't otherwise, to say, hey, put a couple of streamers or content creators, like, tag a few that you think would be great on the podcast. And I'm just like, I don't know, because I partly want to...
See, this is where it's different, because this is how I see that it's different. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's as bad, because, like, usually these posts are like, tell me your favorite streamers, and that's pretty much all they really say is tell me your favorite streamers, right? And then you have 1,000 people linking all these different streamers, right? And
but they all get tagged on that person's post, so they're just getting complete.
They never
promotion.
They never fucking look through all those streams and go, this person recommended this person, I better go watch them. It really is. It looks like it's just a post just for likes, just to get their name out.
And it's such a copy paste now. I feel like the influx of that has died off, though. I feel like people have stopped doing it because people started rebutting with their, like, stop doing that shit posts. You know what I mean? But the ones that are killing me are the high and mighty ones where, or the ones where a situation happens. Say, like, we were talking, you kind of went the opposite direction with your Simba kind of thing. But the people that that go the other way of using a bad situation to gain leverage for themselves shits me, dude. There was a...
Oh, man. There's one streamer... Oh, I'm not going to say his name.
It's a he, is he? Oh, we got him. We got him. It might be the same dude I'm thinking of. There's a guy that triggers me, man.
Yeah, this dude triggers me because he's like the biggest fucking white knight I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude.
Are you
on Twitter?
Are you able to type it in the chat of our chat, just the one that only we can see?
Okay.
If it's probably not the guy I'm thinking, but I would love it if I'm
going to tell you something about him because Oh no, I remember his name.
Because I swear to God, if that name comes up, dude, it won't be. There's so...
That's him!
No way!
That's him!
Sorry for all the audio listeners, but that is crazy.
It's him, isn't it? It's him! Oh, it's definitely him.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it really does seem like he's really trying to just benefit himself at other people's cost.
Thank fuck it's not just me. I
don't know, man. Some people can't see that shit, but I'll tell you what, some people see right through it, and I'm one of them.
He was the person I brought this conversation up with in mind.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If this isn't Aussie, then I am 99% sure.
Send us a private message on Discord to let us know. It's guaranteed who you're thinking. But look, there was a situation. Look, I can probably say the situation, then it'll hint it enough.
Yeah.
It was when the woman's ANZ thing, I think, happened, and there was and he put up a video saying, "Women, we stand with you," something like that. And he was all like, "We respect you." I'm like, yeah, I don't have to
I don't
have to make a video about it. Like, why? What?
Like,
and it's like,
I'm pretty sure the women aren't out there going, "Oh man, I can't fuck them all."
Exactly.
Thank you so much for making that video. I didn't realize.
Rhoda said, "Yep, I fucking knew it." Oh my god. Well, you know what? Can I just say as well? Can I go in deep on this because we haven't said a name. I reckon. Oh god, I reckon he's viewbot and everything, dude. I don't trust that guy.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't trust.
I've actually never watched any of their streams. Like never ever.
Can I say why?
Just because of the Twitter post, I'm just like, I don't want to watch this person.
Can I say? And someone's gonna figure out who we're talking about. They're gonna send it to me. I don't care. I don't actually care. Because this. Do you know what? I know. Okay, can I just say? I know dirt on that guy. I know dirt on that guy that no one else knows. One other person knows. Like, I'm telling...
I've heard rumors, dude. I've heard rumors, but that's all I'm going to treat him as is rumors.
Mine is not a rumor. Mine is gospel. I know it from 100%. And I wouldn't ever say it.
This is terrible. This is so bad.
No, because but the thing is, they covered up they covered it up with saying this whole thing by using the disguise of depression. They used the trendy buzzword depression to cover up this whole thing that they had done. And it was, I couldn't believe it, dude. Like, because that's the thing that gets fucking likes, you know what I mean? That's what gets you because anxiety and depression is what, bro, I thought so hard about calling him out, and I thought, what's that going to do for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just crazy that these people don't see through the bullshit of some of these streamers.
I don't know, man. Like,
it doesn't affect us.
I see shit, like, I guess maybe because I'm a streamer myself, sometimes when I watch a streamer do certain things on their stream, I can be like, I know what they're going for right now. Like, they're not directly saying what they want to happen in the stream right now, whether they're like baiting for a donation or something. I can sense it. I'm like, this dude's baiting for a donation, but he hasn't even brought up money whatsoever. Like, I can see that sometimes when I'm watching someone.
Yeah,
like, you're bringing up your fucking convos on the fucking webcam, man.
Am I? How big? Oh shit.
That's not a Twitchy coffee moment there, mate.
I don't think I put up anything. Oh my god!
What are you doing?
Why did that put? No, it's okay. I think everything. No, what he said won't. No, I think.
Okay.
I think probably
That's all right.
Anything that you saw was me asking Raw to be on the podcast. I'm trying to work out where the lines of text land. Nothing you would have seen was juicy. Guarantee you. I can guarantee it. But yeah. The thing, no, I'm guaranteed. No, nothing is juicy in that. Nothing's juicy in that.
Right.
But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that would pull up all the chat.
Yeah, dude.
Because that almost was a docs moment. But
Ooh.
at the same time, now I'm thinking, yeah, no, we're good. I was thinking, shit, did I say anything in there? Or did Raw say no? But yeah, Raw actually. Okay, I thought the secret about that guy was something only I knew, but apparently it's widespread. Apparently, Raw knows as well. So there you go. So it's
probably the same thing I know then.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably just the rumor, dude.
And
I don't know.
It's legit because I have it from a source that was talking to people that okay. I guess it is a rumor, but I think it's a pretty solid one. Oh god, I can't pull up anything. Oh, okay. That's the one. Okay, yeah. So everyone seems to know. Everyone knows. People that are like listening to this podcast now or watching it and don't know who it is are probably so fucking triggered because
like, I want to know.
And we just can't, like, because one, like, defamation and shit, but two, Twitch will just ban me the minute we say a name.
Yeah, dude. That's harassment, man.
I think, I'm harassing the shit out of him. But you know, it's good to know. I thought not anyone knew that shit, and it kind of really bugged me, dude.
Like, even before I found out about whatever that rumor was, you know, it's, you know, I don't know, certain people give off vibes, and I don't think they realize sometimes that other people can sort of see straight through them and see, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just good at spotting people who are being manipulative.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're saying that because, look, God, I think we need to talk about this, not off stream just because the podcast, but I think I want to just fact check, like, my mindset of this, because I've actually dealt with this particular person from pretty much almost day one of me streaming. Yeah. And look, I know this sounds fucking, like, weak of me to say this. This sounds like I'm bitter, and
what's he gonna
all this
say?
stuff. And you're right, I am bitter. But look, Tay actually picked up on this before I did. But I feel like he climbed up over me to get originally to where he is, and he's climbed slowly over people to get to where he is. And in early days, he just climbed off. He used me and climbed over me. He is the one person I just do not trust on this platform. But the one thing, and then we'll move on. The one thing about the view botting, I suspected it because he all of a sudden started blowing up in numbers, right? But he this was a while ago. I'm not gonna say when it is, so no one knows. But he did grassroots. He's someone that was on grassroots. And
dude, you're basically, like, in the next 5 minutes you're gonna go, okay, it's this person.
Well, no, I know, but you know what?
Suddenly giving more and more.
Because I don't care. I don't care if people know who I'm talking about. I actually don't.
Yeah.
I think they actually need to be called out on their bullshit because I think he did fucking use me. I think early days, and I do resent him a lot for that. But the thing is that I can't say who it is, and I wouldn't anyway, out of respect, but if people figure it out, I don't give a fuck. Like, I think enough people clearly have figured it out. Or figured out about that stuff about him. But he was sitting, before he did grassroots, he was sitting on like 10 viewers a night, right? Yeah. Which is fine. I'm not blasting anyone's fucking viewers, or how many they have, but this is just the suspicious workings of view botting and whatnot. He did grassroots, and of course he got like the average like 100 or so per view per grassroots, and then but grassroots stopped, right? And he's doing the push for partner, all that stuff. Grassroots ended, and then he was still kind of getting that roughly around. He was hitting around 75 pretty much perfectly. Around 75, he was a push for partner.
That's the golden number,
hitting pretty much consistently around that. But then he started blowing up, and then one night he had like 250 viewers all of a sudden. It kept creeping up by the week. And I was a bit suspicious, but then people that were connected, someone that was somewhat connected in his circle, put up a tweet, right, saying, we noticed, like, it was an anonymous kind of call out. You know how people do that? Like, hey, we noticed you, but they're not going to say. And he said, we notice when you view bot, it's obvious, you're not fooling anyone. You can't fool us, kind of thing. You can't get past us. The next, he didn't stream the next day. The next day he came back, he was down to like 30 viewers.
Really?
And he guaranteed fucks with those people a little bit, and he would have seen their tweet. So I just thought, okay, that's got to be an indication of, like, he was like, oh shit, they saw. Yeah. It was very look, and the problem with view botting, you can't tell, like, you don't know, like, you can't call someone out because maybe they, like, as you.
No, man. I mean, you can sort of tell if that chat doesn't match up with that viewership.
But you know what the thing people are saying is, well, they're like, well, hold on there, you can't accuse people of view botting because, as well, even for, as you would know, people can view bot you and make you look like, so you just don't, because you've had it happen, people.
I've had it happen to me a few times,
and so in that sense, people can't. You could just claim that unless you pull your view bot up on stream, no one can flame you for it. So it's one of those things. And apparently, look, I'm seeing tweets like constantly now about people saying, wow, view botting is becoming really prevalent in Twitch, and I didn't know.
I don't think it's as bad as what it used to be.
You reckon it's not as bad? Because people are saying, I don't know, because I just don't know. But I feel people are saying now more than ever that it's becoming a bigger thing.
Well, I remember there are a few times where I was like view botted back in the day, and it's like very obvious that you're being view botted because you would have 500 viewers, and then you would have your regular audience chat in the chat, and it's like,
and I think
that doesn't.
I think the viewer list, if you click on it, would be it wouldn't show all the names or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works actually.
But now one of the giveaways, I remember another guy that was doing it, and I was very suspicious. And I went through and checked, because I care that much. I was just curious, but I went through and I looked at all the viewers, because I was like, what are these viewers? But they were all made roughly on the same day, or if not, 2 days. And I was like, wow.
That's another giveyway.
He would have
another giveaway is that sometimes like they do have it so that they have like chatbots as well as the views.
But those
and they say very generic.
Well, that's because that's what I said about. Remember, I said the story at the start where someone view botted me, and they were like, "Hey, Mr. Streamer, what's your favorite color?" And I'm like, "Wow, this is generic." But I'm like, "These people care." And then I realized that they weren't real. So yikers. Goodness, I don't know that. I know that went on like a real like witch hunt kind of without knowing who it is kind of like thing. But Jesus, I've been bottling that shit up for so long, and you have no idea about that, dude. Okay, I'm just seeing if I haven't missed anything. Bro, we've gone like way deep on this podcast. Like, I feel like we could honestly do another one down the track and have plenty to talk about, man. Bro, I'll leave it there. I feel like we've had a damn good podcast.
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
I don't know how long we went for. We went for like three and a half hours. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a long time.
Oh shit, no, like pretty close to 4 hours. What the fuck?
4 hours.
Holy
shit.
over
like stream for like half an hour, right?
I think I only streamed for about half an hour. My OBS saying 4 hours and 29 minutes. Holy shit! This is the longest one. But I didn't think I beat Twitchy Coffee's one, but here we are. Matt, thank you so much for coming on.
No problem, man. It was good. It was a good podcast. It felt more like just like two mates chatting than like an interview or anything like that. So
which is definitely the vibe I'm going for. I don't want to do the interview thing. I don't want to ask. I enjoy a good conversation, if you haven't noticed, and a good gossip apparently. But
I'm terrible for gossip.
Well, I am too when I always dox people on stream with my chat. I gotta watch myself. But yeah, dude, I'll have to have you on again down the track. So far, so good for the 4 people I've had on. I want them all back at some point. Is there anything you want to plug before we go? Social media.
I mean, I guess I have a stream that I talk shit on that we basically talked about for the whole damn podcast today. So in case you didn't know, there you go. I stream on twitch.tv/MetalManiacMat.
Go give him a follow if you know what's good for you.
And follow me on Instagram.
Check out his Insta, bro. We didn't even get to talking really about like overall all the IRL stuff and the Japan stuff. But hey, when we get you back
I know.
Like I was going to talk about Japan. I had a question about bidets. I had heaps of shit. So next time, we've got plenty more we could talk about.
All right.
And I'm sure there'll be more down the track as well. Because if this goes any longer, no one's going to click on that motherfucker. Let's be real. They're going to be like, nah, it's too long. Even though this is a damn good podcast and there's some shit in here you want to hear. But yeah, Matt, thanks for coming on, dude. We'll have you on again.
Worries. Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for trusting me with your time, considering I had nothing to show you when I asked you to come on.
No, that's all right. No, dude, I love your streams, and I've been watching a couple of your podcasts as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Cheers, man.
I watched the Twitch Coffee one. I didn't watch the whole thing. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's totally... It's happy to say, Matt, that
I was a bit late when I jumped in. So
don't even stress it, because you know what, you can go back and watch all of them on my YouTube channel. Absolutely, it's just the MattyAP on YouTube. Go check them out if you want to catch
already
the ones
totally subscribed to. Absolutely.
Oh, thank God! It's good to know that I won't go onto YouTube and hold on a minute. What is this? I've got a notification. What's this? What is... No, actually, nothing's come up. I'm not going to lie. No,
really?
nothing's come up. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing's come up. So you're in the clear. You couldn't have said nothing. But no, good. So yeah, if anyone wants to watch this podcast or any of the other ones you've missed throughout the week and that will be coming up, they'll all be put on YouTube and you can go back and watch them there. Matt, thank you for your time, dude. It's been a pleasure. It's been a fucking pleasure.
No worries.
Hopefully I'll have you on again
next
soon.
time.
Enjoy your night, man. I appreciate it. All right. See you, brother. Bye.